run up to the holiday, at least for us. Most people were gone on Wednesday through the end of the rest of the week. And I'm not no casting aspersions. I mean, I know people use vacation days around the 4th of July. But it's a little weird. And did you guys have a good holiday, by the way? Did you guys get your fill of fireworks?
It was nice. I had a wonderful 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, Pretty chilling. Pretty chill.
That was a good one.
Dude, I felt like I was like in the middle of Ukraine on Saturday night. Like just bombs everywhere. Our neighborhood was crazy this year, which is, by the way, on the 4th of July, not complaining. That's not the point. Just like I was stunned by how many explosions I was hearing. And I'm like, boy, I thought we were in hard economic times, and I know how much fireworks cost. And I mean, people are spending thousands of dollars on these fireworks.
Man, I didn't really have it too bad in my part of the city.
No?
No, not really.
Had him
You turn that fan on and go to sleep, I couldn't hear a thing.
Well, they're illegal in the city, right?
I have no idea.
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah. And they're illegal in some places, but nobody enforces it because it's impossible. How could police departments possibly handle the number of fireworks complaints that are going to come in? It's just pointless. But man, it was just nonstop. And again, no problem with it. It's kind of expected at this point. But I am just I'm amazed at. I guess I don't know. I definitely have the vibe of what do we say? I'm not anti-fireworks. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, like I did when I was a kid, and now it's the same fireworks that I've seen every year of my life for the last 54 years, and I just don't get excited about fireworks. I don't look outside and go, ooh. I'm like, all right, well, it's a thing, but it's not really that big of a thing.
Well, I think people like the act of lighting them and then the explosion more than they like watching them in the sky. You know what I mean?
Just want to hear the boom.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the people doing fireworks at home anyway, it's about lighting it on fire and doing the explosion yourself in your backyard. It's different if you're going under the arch to see the drone show and then the fireworks show. Which I actually, did that go on July 4th because of the rain?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I know they had to cancel the parade downtown because of the rain.
Yeah.
But Friday night, was it? Yeah, the 3rd. I was blown away by how many people were downtown.
Yeah?
Because like Zed.
That's good.
I don't know any Zed songs, but apparently very popular artist.
Clarity, the millennial anthem.
How does that go?
Clarity, the millennial anthem.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I'm a millennial. I don't know this anthem.
You do. I'll send it to you.
I
Just
thought
give
that
us a
other one
little
was
hum.
the millennial anthem. I thought that was like Mr. Brightside.
This tragedy, why are you?
Oh, okay. I do know that song.
Yeah, it's the best song ever written.
There were tens of thousands of people down there enjoying Zed.
Yeah.
Enjoying
Ludacris was there, too.
Ludacris was also there.
I thought that Mr. Brightside was the millennial anthem.
We have a lot.
You guys have many anthems?
We
like
have
a lot
many
of songs.
You got a different anthem per
It's not
like,
hard.
a monthly
It's not
anthem?
hard to make a millennial like a song.
You know what? I'm sure they did do the fireworks because I heard that Miranda Lambert ended up headlining on July 4th.
All right.
And did a good job.
Cool.
So I highly doubt they would have been like, and no fireworks, go home.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. I do want to. I do
You
have
can't
a hot
find
take,
them.
though.
We don't know where they are.
I would like to see drone shows completely replace fireworks.
Drone Joes.
Yeah, drone shows.
What if we did drones and then I just played the sounds of the fireworks over the speaker?
Whatever. It's got to be more efficient, right? Like when you know how much fireworks cost, and it's just disposable, right? They're gone. It's gone. You buy a bunch of drones, you can use them every year for a number of years.
You do make a compelling argument there.
Like it's a lot less wasteful.
Well, and there's
for a
also
big city to run a show every year. If you have the same equipment every year and you don't have to like blow them up.
I also I feel like it was maybe PBS that did a piece over the weekend about veterans who like they know it's
my
fireworks.
God. Yeah, I know.
They know what's happening, but their body doesn't know what's happening.
No.
So a lot of times they'll just go
It
into
triggers
like,
PTSD. Yeah, absolutely.
And, I mean, it's like I was watching that piece with Kurt, and I was like, okay, so then why are we setting off another firework ever again at this point?
That's because we have to have our fun. We don't care about other people.
There's very little compelling argument. I'm not a fireworks guy. I don't understand them. I don't like them. I don't care about them. There's very little argument, I think, that in favor of fireworks that is a good one, other than I like when it make big noise. And there are like just literally like a laundry list of reasons why it is bad. I mean, wildfire risks, regular fire risks. I don't like the idea that my neighbor has a garage with a bunch of bombs in it, 20 feet away from my house, and I can't do anything about it. It upsets, every dog within 100 kilometers. It triggers like people's PTSD and stuff. There's not a lot of good reasons to do it.
Yeah.
And yet for some reason we have to.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like outlaw fireworks where they're not already outlawed. It just I don't get it, and it's for all of those reasons. Like I don't think that the enjoyment outweighs the downside.
I mean, you're
of the
making
mess that you have
argument.
to clean up. If I'm going to prioritize anything in any of these equations, it's going to be veterans.
Mm-hmm.
Like that to me, if I'm going to like rank all of the priorities when it comes to fireworks, okay, my enjoyment, everyone else's enjoyment, animals being affected, veterans that's the number one group. That's the first, and I know it's not all veterans. Like I get it, every veteran has a different outcome from their service, depending on where they served, how they served, what they were experiencing. I get it. I would want to prioritize the most traumatized people that serve the country more than I want to have fun for myself. That's how I would look at it. And that's why I'm saying, like, drone shows, you can get a lot of the same lights and more detail, cooler things, different things than just a little, oh, look at the sparkles, now they're gone. Like, the drone show can be cooler. It can have more. It can be moving. It can be a little bit more of a show as opposed to oh, it's gone. I don't know why people on the stream are obsessed. Can we blow up the drones? Vic and Dave both asked that.
because I'm telling you, the explosion.
Why do we need to blow stuff up?
Like it.
Why? Luke, too. Everybody on the stream is like, can we blow up the drones? The whole point is you get to use them again, guys.
But then what's going to explode?
I don't need a boom. We don't need a boom. I mean, like, look, I get it. For a long time, we didn't really have an alternative to fireworks. For 200 years.
For
200. No, I get it. But I understand people's need. Like, fireworks are ancient.
Well, nothing else we could do.
Well, fireworks go back to ancient times, right? I mean, like, they're not just an American invention, right? They go back they go back way before us. And for a long time, though, it was really the only kind of display we could put on that would look like that, right? Well, now we have alternatives that won't traumatize veterans, that won't lead to a giant mess, and then just waste. Like, here goes $100,000 up in smoke.
I think we should, you know how you'll watch a TikTok and it's like a split screen and one side is like an episode of Family Guy and the other side is someone doing like a running, jumping video game?
Yes.
We should just project that up into the sky.
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants to watch anyway.
Subway Surfers and then like a really bad quality like American Dad clip. That's what I want to watch. That is what I did on 4th of July instead of fireworks.
We should just protect TikToks to the sky. Right? Can I pet that dog? Just have nonstop, like, little videos, viral videos. I mean, we all watch them on our phone. I guess we'd watch them in the sky, too, right?
I'd watch them anywhere.
I'm still all for fireworks. However, we should keep everyone who struggles in mind and maybe have, like, from 8 to 10, that's when the fireworks go off in the neighborhood. And then you got to be done. At that point, you got to be done. That gives people a chance to put on some soundproof headphones.
Yeah. I feel like this year, because I never have a sleep complaint. Like, I go to bed super late, so it's never, like, personally, in fact, affecting me. It bothers my dogs a little bit, but it's okay. They're my dog. I mean, I can keep them in the basement. Like, I figure it out. But this year, I got to give everybody in my neighborhood credit. They stopped at a pretty early hour, like at a
they
normal
probably
time.
heard you on the air. They were like, "Dang, I don't want to upset him."
Well, I mean, like, there are people that still will do them at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, wait, you need to go away.
Yeah,
you've been drinking too much. You need to stop blowing things up and go to bed.
You're right. That's when it gets a little scary.
Yeah,
like,
right. Hey, up till like 11:30, I don't care. No big deal. Except for people that have babies. I'm sure they're not really thrilled by it. But you get past that, it's like, okay, guys, time to pack it up.
So BioBalance Health exists to help you to look better and to feel better in real ways. No snake oil, no craziness that like, oh yeah, that didn't work, did it? But verifiable things, like Botox. I've had Botox before. It works like crazy. Like it really takes away your wrinkles. I've had several different things done, like the microneedling and chemical peels. And there's a continuum, with Botox, they're putting a needle into your forehead. May not be the most pleasant thing. If you have a needle phobia, you may not want it at all. But a chemical peel, they're just rubbing moist towelettes on your face and then it peels off over the course of a weekend. Right next door, we have BioBalance Health, where we do the testosterone pellets. If there are people who've had bad reactions to Dr. Maupin's testosterone pellets, I don't know them. I've never heard of them. I've met tons of people who have them and who just rave about them. So you can get all this at biobalancehealth.com.
This year, America celebrates 250 years, 2.5 centuries of courage, sacrifice, and family stories passed down from one generation to the next. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger, founders of Legacy Box. Your family's piece of the American story is sitting in an attic or closet right now, trapped on aging VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, film reels, and fading photos.
Those boxes hold moments you can never recreate. Your wedding day, your children's voices when they were little, grandparents coming back to life on screen.
Over 2 million families have trusted Legacy Box. And we've just partnered with the USO to digitize fragile handwritten letters from World War II, helping preserve American history for future generations.
As America turns 250, remember that your family is a part of the American story. Preserving those voices, faces, and moments is a part of your responsibility to the next generation. Don't let them disappear on your watch.
Visit legacybox.com/radio for our amazing America 250 sale. That's legacybox.com/radio to save.
Things in Washington, D.C. may seem unsettled at times by their lack of progress. But one department in the U.S. government is progressing. That is the IRS. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. The IRS is in full function to collect on unpaid taxes. If you've been putting off a tax problem, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and get it resolved. Don't think the government is too busy to focus on my issues. Too many of my clients thought the same. So if you owe back taxes or haven't filed returns in years, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and finally resolve your tax issues. Remember, if you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call the Lance Story Law Firm. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Or call 314-260-6120 or visit LandStoryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Summer is here. Time to enjoy baseball, barbecues, and the shade of your trees. When it comes to tree care, call the certified arborist at Gamma Tree Experts. Hi, I'm Tim Gamma. Protect your valuable trees from storm damage or devastating insects such as the emerald ash borer. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. For pruning, spraying, fertilization, or removals, call Gamma Tree Experts today at 314-725-6159 or visit us at gammatree.com. Your trees deserve the best care.
All right, it's Monday on DGS. The gang is here, minus Dave. He'll be back Wednesday. None of us are here tomorrow. At least I don't think, because it's a doubleheader and it's really like a
I'm
tight
going to be
squeeze
handling
in
the
between.
coverage in between the
You're
Cardinals
gonna like do the rush hour in between.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I think I'm prepared.
Yeah, I think so. Why not?
I did see over the weekend the video the Cardinals released Wheels of Ollie letting Jordan Walker know that he was on the All-Star team. Oh
Pretty
my
great.
gosh, pretty amazing.
Pretty great. I know we'll talk some about that with Ricky Horton here at 1:30, and then Bernie Miklas at 2:30. So we'll be definitely talking cards and talking a bit about that. But it's what a great story for the team, and I mean it's hard not to root for Jordan Walker because he is just such a good dude. He's like, you know, he's gone through two of the most difficult seasons that a young player goes through, right? It's hard to be the first round draft pick and a high end top 100 prospect and all of that, and then struggle for 2.5 years to where, well, it wasn't two, it was just two because his first year was decent. But to struggle to the point where all of us, including people like me that have always been fans of the player and the talent, was like, do you need to send him down?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he even a major league hitter at this point? And we were still thinking that at the end of the spring because the spring wasn't good. But it's so great to see him just bust out to the point where he's an undisputed all-star. He's one of the 12, 13 best hitters in the National League, top 25 hitter in all of Major League Baseball, and very much deserving. He's not the only one. Like, J.J. Weatherholt should be there too, but they have roster limitations, and he just kind of on the outside looking in. It wouldn't surprise me if he were a substitution for someone that ends up either begging out of the game or getting hurt or something along those lines. But he should be there too. I would put him as one of the probably 2 or 3 biggest snubs of people that got left out of the All-Star game.
Now, okay, speaking of snubs, I saw a bunch of people in the comments complaining about the fact that it's selected by the fans.
The starters are.
Okay.
So just the starting position players at one at every position are chosen by the fans.
Okay.
And then the rest of it is put together by the players. They have selections, and then the league/managers and all those people have another group that they fill in. Like the manager of the All-Star team will fill in the rest. So you've got fan selections, player selections, and then, I guess you could say executive selections.
Okay.
So it's a mix. The starters have always been voted on by the fans, and it can get dumb, because it's a popularity contest.
Right.
So the fans with the biggest fan bases end up being the ones, especially now that it's online voting. The Cardinals used to be a team that would have a bit of an advantage because they had a high attendance. And it used to, not that long ago, you had to be at the ballpark to vote. They had those little punch cards. And it was the only way you would vote for the All-Star game. But once it went online, well, now it's just about who the biggest fan bases are, because you have the Yankees fans, Dodgers fans. People underestimate how big the fan base is for the Blue Jays. Like the Toronto Blue Jays have a massive. I mean, Toronto's a huge city, and they have the whole country.
Right.
So everybody that likes baseball in Canada is going to vote for Blue Jays. So it's not meant to be fair because it's an exhibition game. So it's not something to be mad about. But it is kind of the reason why a guy like J.J. Weatherholt gets left out, because fan bases will pick a guy that maybe doesn't deserve it compared to other players, but they're popular, so they get to go.
Well, that video was great. It's really nice to see the bond between Jordan Walker and Ollie, and then just the other guys.
That was cool.
The other guys on the team, like, it just feels like there's some real genuine friendships there, and that everybody was just extremely happy for him. It was very sweet. I encourage you to go look it up if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's one thing that sports have done really well in the last. It's probably more than 5 or 6 years, but it's really picked up in the last 5 or 6 years, is kind of doing those behind the scenes videos. Did you guys see the Ollie birthday celebration with the mariachi band in the hotel hallway? The Cardinals put it out there. You can find it on Twitter. Just go to the Cardinals account. It's hilarious because he walks out in the hall and there's just a mariachi band there playing happy birthday for him. And all the guys are around, like the players, the broadcasters. You can see Rooney in the background. And they're all just like laughing, and everybody's shooting videos on their phone. More of those behind the scenes things is really cool. They do this like with minor league players when they're getting promoted to the major leagues. Like they'll call them into the manager's office and they don't know what's going on, but there's a camera set up in a corner, and then they let them know, and then they lose it, and you have this big viral moment that goes along with it. It's pretty cool. I enjoy that.
Yeah, there was one maybe last week, and it was like someone on the Cardinals social media team just asking people like, so who saved your puppy whenever he was lost? And everyone was just answering Jordan Walker. Who jump-started your car when it was broken down on the side of the road? Jordan Walker.
No, that seems to be the vibe, and it's always been. But it's hard for, I think this is something that a lot of us on the outside understand but don't necessarily think of. It's hard for a lot of ball players, athletes, to be who they normally are and to present that when they're struggling, because you're already down on yourself. And it's hard to be like friendly and outgoing and all of that when you're just kind of pissed off all the time that you're not performing to the level that you think you should, because you feel like you're letting yourself down. You feel like you're letting your teammates down. You feel like you're letting all the fans that are there that root for you, that ask for your autographs. I mean, it really is a lot of pressure on those guys. And not to mention the fact they got families that are relying on them in a lot of cases. Friends have been rooting for him for 20 years. It's a hard thing to wear when you're struggling, but you get to see more of who a guy is, like Jordan Walker, when things are going well and he can relax a little bit.
Around baseball, questions are being asked.
Why do they win so many one-run games? Why do they win games they shouldn't win?
Is this a rebuild, a reset, or something more?
You think this stuff would be happening?
A win? Burleson and Herrera developing fast enough to change everything in real time? When the day ends, the real conversation begins.
Bernie Miklas, Matt Pauley, Kevin Wheeler hanging out with you talking cards.
Redbird Rush Hour, weekdays at 5. This is Cardinals talk that doesn't flinch.
If you are looking for a place for independent living for older adults, the place is Fairwinds River's Edge in St. Charles. It was voted U.S. News and World Report's best independent living for 5 consecutive years. They have social events for the residents there, wellness programs. Just go to fairwindsriversedge.com. Schedule a tour and hear about all of the great new updated spaces, all the dining, the social events, the best. fairwindsriversedge.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast, sponsored by Chesterfield Fence and Deck. Chesterfield Fence and Deck is your premier provider of fences, decks, patios, sunrooms, and more. Call them for a free estimate today, now offering 48 months interest-free financing on your next outdoor project. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, chesterfieldfence.com.
We can feel a little bit of a knockback in the humidity pattern thanks to a north to northwest flow. Partly sunny skies going through our Monday afternoon. 87 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 68. Pretty nice evening on tap as we drop out of the 80s. Tuesday, sunny, 87 degrees. Tuesday night, clear, 69. Wednesday, sunny and 88. There's a little bit of question, but it does look like the thunderstorm pattern will start to make a comeback later this week. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Your health story is shaped by more than genetics. Everyday choices like nutrition, physical activity, sleep, tobacco use, and routine screenings all play a role in your future health. Sightman Cancer Center's Your Disease Risk helps you understand how family history and lifestyle work together, offering personalized insights to support healthier decisions. Knowing your risks today can help protect your tomorrow. Visit sightman.washU.edu/YDR.
If you are looking for a place for independent living for older adults, the place is Fairwinds River's Edge in St. Charles. It was voted U.S. News and World Report's best independent living for 5 consecutive years. They have social events for the residents there, wellness programs. Just go to fairwindsriversedge.com. Schedule a tour and hear about all of the great new updated spaces, all the dining, the social events, the best. fairwindsriversedge.com.
All right, guys, we are on center stage, not only just in general here in the last, handful of months when it comes to the soccer world, but tonight specifically, we are at the center of the soccer universe. Big match tonight. FanDuel Sportsbook is making it fun. Of course, FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of KMOX, and on the biggest stage in the world, they are changing the game at FanDuel because sometimes you get a bad break, right? You'll be going into a match like the one that's coming up tonight out in Seattle, and your player gets subbed off, and there goes your bet. Right out the window. Not with FanDuel's Super Sub. If your player gets subbed out, your bet stays in, because if your player leaves the match for any reason, injury, strategy, whatever, your bet continues with the substitute. So it's that simple. You're in it till the final whistle with FanDuel. To be a part of it, to get started and join up and join me in all of the fun, feel free. Just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri and then let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Always remember, you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Today,
The Cards, the Brewers,
Hamlin Total Access 550. First pitch 645.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is sponsored by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings experience at Westport.
It's Monday on DGS. Dave out today, just extending the holiday weekend. We'll all be off tomorrow with the doubleheader with the Cardinals and the Brewers. And then, of course, back to business as usual on Wednesday. Because of the doubleheader tomorrow, we get to talk to our friend Ricky Horton a day in advance. And Ricky, first of all, heck of a weekend in Chicago. The Cardinals got the fireworks started on their own on Friday with a gigantic offensive day. And look, bummer yesterday, but taking 2 out of 3 from the Cubs on the road, never bad.
Yeah, and that's after taking 2 out of 3 from the Atlanta Braves, who are in first place in the East. So really, I mean, I don't think a lot of people saw that trip coming. I was hoping for a 500, road trip, and I got better than that. So I mean, I was really impressed with what they were able to do, especially what they did Friday night, and maybe even more so coming back the next day and still being ready to kind of jam on Saturday and play well. And so I was really impressed with the offense. I like the fact that the top 4 guys are starting to gel again, and I think they need that.
Yeah, I mean, when those guys go, the lineup goes, and I know we talked about it briefly last week, so we don't need to revisit it, but man, is it a difference home and away. When they hit the road, they hit. It is. And it's the ballpark. Yeah. It's not a psychological thing. It's not a mental thing. The ballpark just plays pitcher-friendly right now. And, other ballparks like Wrigley at this time of year, Atlanta, those are hitter-friendly parks.
I don't think it's a bad idea for Mark Walsh and to get his crew in the clubhouse to just put signs on everybody's locker telling them that it's an away game, but we're gonna let them hit first anyway. I mean, sometimes you have to trick yourself into like, okay, it's different here. It is. I don't think it has nothing to do with the ballpark, the fan support. I do think it's just kind of happenstance for whatever reason, and it just hasn't played. And I don't know that at the end of the season we're going to look back and say that those numbers hold up the same way, the difference between home and road. But it's still good to be home. It's still good for everybody to kind of get reorganized and settled. And honestly, a lot of these guys they can grow up in St. Louis. So when they're home for us, we're home and we're excited because we can go see them. But, they still have some details to handle as if they're on the road, basically. But I know they enjoy playing in front of the home crowd.
Well, it's a give and take, right? You don't win less often at home. They have a winning record both home and away. Right. It's that they're just fewer runs scored because where it hurts your offense, it benefits your pitching.
Yeah, and you might say that, pitching and, kind of what you do with your pitching, you don't often win 17-1. A lot of times they're either big games or low games, and the games just kind of fold that way, and then managers actually manage towards what's going on in the game. And, it's a little, at-bats are a little freer and easier when it's 13-1, and, the other team's not going to steal when they're down 13-1. So, it kind of it just becomes a different game. But, obviously I'd like to see the Cardinals get off to a good start against the Brewers, because the Brewers I keep saying this, but the Brewers have been so good the last few years. I think the Cardinals are really being modeled after what we've seen, the good parts of what Milwaukee's done the past few years.
Sure would be a great idea, because that, and all honesty, I think the Brewers kind of took a little from the Cardinals when they were rising up, because the Cardinals for a long time had that same thing, right? Where you'd have guys that nobody had ever heard of. People in Chicago and Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Milwaukee always called it Cardinal Devil Magic, because there was always a guy, Tommy Edman, Brendan Donovan, that they had never heard of, that comes up and they're just awesome.
Yeah, well, it was it's Tommy Herr one time. It was Alan Craig at one point.
Yeah.
It was, and those guys aren't getting all-star votes. They're just not. And we can complain about that, but I don't know. I think sometimes under the radar is not a bad thing, because the bottom line is winning. And no, the Cardinals haven't done that the past few years, and they're trying to rectify that. But whether you get all the props you need, that's just more interviews you have to do, Kevin. So and not that I like doing them, but I'm not playing anymore either.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, for guys to get maybe too much attention, can kind of not always work in their favor too. So I think the under the radar thing is good.
So not under the radar is Jordan Walker. So since we spoke, he was named to the National League All-Star team. Could not deserve it more. Everything about his performance screams All-Star. I think I looked at it yesterday or the day before, Ricky. It might have been yesterday. Like the 12th best offensive player in the National League, top 20, 25 in all of Major League Baseball. Everything about him screams All-Star, and now he's an All-Star.
Yeah, and so you could make an argument, and I could make an argument that he's still somewhat under the radar just to not get the votes that he should have gotten. But that's a whole other story and a bunch of reasons for that. But the point is, I think there's still people. In fact, I can tell you why that's true. We go into cities that haven't seen the Cardinals play, and they're like looking at Jordan Walker, and they're going, oh my goodness, what happened? And this is 4 months into the season, right? So it's not like they're paying attention to every single play. You can't. There are too many players in baseball. There's 26 on 30 teams. That's 780 people. Yeah, so you're going to miss some stuff on teams, especially in the other league, not in your division. But the point is, I think it's still a surprise to some people that Jordan is doing what he's doing, and I'm very happy for him. I'm thrilled for him. I thought all of his comments and Ollie's comments about him being selected were great.
It's an interesting thing. We talked about it maybe 10, 15 minutes ago, Ricky. How tough it is to be a young player with expectations and struggle the way that he did, and how tough it is to just be yourself when you're struggling. You can see Jordan's normal self now that he can relax, and we can see when he does the live in-game interviews on the TV side. I listen to you and John talk about how he's always been this guy, but it's just hard to just present that to the public when things aren't going well.
Yeah. I actually have an interesting thought about. I think it's interesting to me, so it may or may not be interesting to anybody else, including you. But I think it's easier to handle all of that stuff if you're a jerk. I mean, honestly, it is.
Okay.
I mean, if you come to the ballpark and there are people saying, "Oh, you need to change. You should be better," just shut up. Stop talking to me. I mean, look. I've been around players like that are not. They could care less what anybody thinks. Really, I mean, not care less like. I'm not going to let it affect me. You should be that way. You should care more about kind of your development. You shouldn't be brought down by the naysayers and the negative people. That's for sure. But you shouldn't be like so blocked off to that and critical and that where you're just a grouch. And when guys are like that, and I've been around those guys. I mean, it doesn't really matter what you say. It really doesn't. They're going to be themselves. Yeah. And I think they can handle that kind of lack of expectation being met better.
Not going to lie, a little bit bummed that J.J. Weatherholt didn't make it, because when you look at pretty much every measurement, he is one of the top 8 to 10 players in the entire league when it comes to all-around play, right? Offense, defense, base running combined. And he may still get named. Well, I mean, hopefully, if somebody bows out or a spot opens up, he gets in, because he's absolutely an all-star.
I'm talking about baseball war when I say what I'm going to say, but there might be parallels to how the word is used in other ways. But I think war is very relevant to kind of what you think about it and what your situation and who your people are. And so if war is very popular in a whole group of people, except when it isn't. I mean, if you're going to say WAR is the most important thing in the world in baseball, then J.J. Weatherholt's an all-star. Absolutely. And that's wins above replacement. Who are the best players in baseball? He is one of them, period. Now, and we see that every day. We see that he's that guy. Now, that's when you kind of go, yeah, but he's only hitting 230. When did that matter? I mean, why does that matter all of a sudden again? And or he's not hitting, doesn't have 40 home runs. I mean, Isn't WAR what we measure players on now? It really is, and it's what we're measuring Hall of Famers on down the road. So it's odd that you kind of pick and choose based on what your eye test says.
No, I agree with you because look, we can argue with what we want, but teams use their own proprietary versions of WAR, right? They have different calculations than Fangraphs or Baseball Reference or whatever. Yes. But teams try to value the whole player, and one way to do that is to include offense, defense, and base running together. It's not perfect. Nothing. There is no such thing as the perfect stat. You need a bunch of them to kind of paint a picture.
I think I could argue that JJ's the best base runner on the Cardinals, but they're full of good base runners. But I could argue that he's the best. I can argue without a doubt that the numbers say more assists, more outs above average, defensive runs saved than any second base. I mean, he's got all those defensive metrics, and yet, it's not front and center because people see, again, they see average RBIs, and that's kind of what we unfortunately default to.
Yeah, well, we'll see. There's still time for him to be named to the All-Star team, and will be.
I hope so.
Yeah, it'd be great because he absolutely deserves it. And I saw this, Rick. I can't remember the number. I think I heard this morning that I think there are 26 first-time All-Stars this year. That's pretty cool.
That? Yeah. No, I think game's moving in that direction. I think it's great news for young players. It's not great news for veteran guys that want to play 10 years, and maybe that's going to be tougher and tougher to get because they're going to weed out the guys that are just kind of average players and get somebody else. But the game evolves. That's the way it is.
So getting back to the Cards for a minute or two, Ricky. We've got this big series against Milwaukee. It's even tougher because it's 5 games in 4 days. You do get the extra player tomorrow for the doubleheader, so I'm sure it'll be an arm. Whether it's Hunter Dobbins, Bryson Motts, I'm sure there will be an arm that's brought up here to help out with the doubleheader tomorrow. I say good point. Good point. You might have a roster move and somebody that's the 27th man. But this is a big series. It's not do or die, nothing like that. But this is the standard you're chasing right now. It's the Milwaukee Brewers.
It's funny. I'm hearing Ollie every day. Because Ollie's one of those guys. I love Ollie, but he's also he hates the big series comment because he's in it, right? I mean, we can say, I agree with you, it's a big series. But he said he had people come to him in Atlanta and said, this is a big series. He had people in Chicago, this is a big series. Well, so you win those 2 out of 3 big series, and then it's kind of, Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? I mean, and so instead of getting on that roller coaster, he just doesn't even like to go there. But obviously, you got the team that's in first place. You got the team you're measuring yourself against. Other people are measuring you against them, and you're playing well. So just keep playing well, and you don't have to win every game, but show yourself well, and back to the Tony La Russa motto: win every series.
That's it, right? It's just it is simple in theory. It's just hard to do.
Yeah, it is. Well, and no one likes to concede a loss.
Right.
It's like, well, wait a minute, don't you want to win them all? It's like, well, yeah, I want to be the king of England too, but I'm not going to get to be that, really. So, I mean, actually, I don't. But I mean, that's old expression. Sorry, it just came out. But you don't always get what you want, obviously, and you just have to kind of strive for what's reasonable.
Ricky, you're the best. Enjoy the games in this series. We'll talk to you again later in the week.
All right, Wheels. Good to be with you.
Cardinals fans, this is Ricky Horton. Have you ever had a dream of meeting your favorite former Cardinals? You can make those dreams come true all season long with St. Louis Cardinals alumni experiences. You can join me and other former Cardinals players at events including Cardinals Conversations, Fans at Bat, Turn 2 with Ozzy, Cardinals Kids Clinics, and Cardinals Fantasy Camps. Don't miss your chance to make lifelong memories. Visit cardinals.com/alumni for more information.
If you're craving baseball conversations about your favorite players, alumni, and franchise memories, you'll love that Cardinals Magazine is dedicated to the stories that matter most to you. From Gold Gloves to championship rings, from the Wizard and Willie to Albert, Yachty, Uncle Charlie, and well beyond. Their careers define our pages. Treat yourself or a friend to a subscription today at cardinals.com/magazine. Cardinals Magazine, past, present, and future, it's all here.
So I'm going to give you some very straightforward, very simple advice. If you are thinking about selling your house at all, whether like something has happened in your life, a new job, a divorce, whatever it is, and you need to get moving right now, or if you're thinking like, you know what, it's hot as hell, let's wait until September, October, when the leaves are orange and the house looks great. Either way, do two things. First thing, go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address. We will give you a number. We think your house is worth $608,000. And if you're excited or if you're pissed, either way, then give us a call and let us walk you through it. 314-336-1991. I have used the Gelmans myself. I've been friends with them now for 20 years. Great guys, amazing real estate agents, hard chargers. They really have your back. Great negotiators. That's thegelmanteam.com, 314-336-1991.
Get ready for a night back with legendary hits and non-stop energy. Brian Adams is bringing the Roll with a Punches tour to Enterprise Center Friday, July 24th.
Hello, this is Brian Adams.
Sing along to the classics as Brian Adams delivers an unforgettable night of rock anthems. Plus, special guests Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. Brian Adams, July 24th. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Freedom 250. Join the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America July 1st through July 7th across St. Louis as we celebrate America's 250-year legacy with free concerts. No tickets required. Details at afbandtix.org. That's afbandtix.org.
Pros, save more on what you need to get the job done right now at Lowe's. Get 15% off select custom entry and interior doors. Plus, save $80 on the DeWalt 20-volt Max 2-tool combo kit, now just $169. And at the Lowe's Pro Desk, bring us your materials list and get a quote in minutes. Handwritten, a photo, or even a sticky note is all you need. Keep your jobs moving faster and on budget at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM KMOX. This is the Dave Glover Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
All right, DGS on a Monday. Dave taking the long weekend back on Wednesday. None of us really here tomorrow because of the doubleheader for the Cards and the Brewers. And today, just pushing along. So the three of us are hanging out, and Rach has fast food news.
I sure do. I got it pulled up right here. Dairy Queen is welcoming a new patriotic slush float and some global blizzard flavors. Now, we don't have a ton of fast food news today. This is carried over from Friday because we didn't get to it on Friday. I will say a lot of it is America-themed because we just celebrated the 250th anniversary. So Dairy Queen has the new Stars and Stripes Misty Slush Float. So that's a cherry misty slush layered with vanilla soft serve, blue raspberry misty slush, and festive star sprinkles.
Whoa, what is a misty slush?
It's kind of like it's just like a slushie.
Is it just a regular slushie, but that's just what they call theirs?
Mm-hmm.
I've never gotten one there. Because I'm always getting the ice cream. I'm not getting a slush when I'm there.
I got a slush a very long time ago, but I remember thinking it was delicious. You can get a small size for $2.50. So that's a pretty good price in this day and age.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen more $2.50 deals.
Wow, that is such a great point. I think it's
like
just
here's
everything's
a
too expensive.
Quarter pounder. Here's a $2.50 two tacos.
It's because we Rachel's right. We are so far past that threshold
that in order to give us
crazy.
in order to give us a $2.50 quarter pounder, that would be like 90% off a quarter pounder.
Well, okay, Wheels, Sonic listened to you, though.
All
They
right.
launched a new America 250 menu. This goes through
Go
July
Sonic.
12th, Andrew's birthday, and it features classic Americana fan favorites that Sonic customers know and love. So all of these are $2.50 each. The Junior Double Cheeseburger.
All right.
All-American Hot Dog. A medium onion rings. You guys can get it and eat the crust off and not eat the onion part.
Good, delicious.
Yes.
Delicious.
And then they also have a red, white, and blue slush float at the
Excellent.
Sonic. Haven't been to Sonic in forever, but
I guess Sonic's the
great
only
place.
patriotic food place. Nobody else loves America because they aren't giving us 250 deals.
I guess not. KFC is doing something cool, though. It doesn't have anything to do about America's 250th birthday, but they are launching a $4.99 country fried steak meal. This is available only on Wednesdays at select locations across the U.S. I do believe one of those locations is the KFC in the first floor of our building here at Tucker and Olive.
Where do you guys stand on the country fried steak?
I love country fried steak.
Love it.
So good.
I'm not sure I've ever had a good one.
Ooh.
Like I mean, like quality. You know, like it's always kind of crappy steak.
Yeah, I mean, it's a way of dressing up maybe a not so great
Right.
piece of meat. But if you have somebody who knows how to cook it right, oh, it's good. That being said, I'm not sure if KFC is going to be the place to deliver the best country fried steak you've ever had, but I'm willing to try it, especially
Yeah.
for $4.99 for the meal.
Cool.
It's served with mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit on the side.
Biscuit.
One more fast food news story for you guys. 7-Eleven is launching a new hot as fire. They're calling it Hot AF.
Boy, they're playing with fire there.
They've got a chicken sandwich, an Angus double cheeseburger, and more.
Cool.
Prices are set at $4.99 for the chicken sandwiches and $5.99 for the cheeseburger and cheesesteak. Look, I'm sure it tastes good. And if you're like on the road and this is your one option, then sure. But $4.99 for a gas station chicken sandwich? I'm sorry, I don't think so. I will be going to KFC to get the $4.99 country fried steak meal. You can go to Wendy's and get a biggie bag, $6 for a ton of stuff and a drink. $5 for a gas station chicken sandwich.
It's true.
I paid
What are you people trying
$4
to
for
pull?
gas station chicken tenders today, and they were very good. The QT chicken tenders are awesome.
I will pay
Were
that
they-
for tenders before I'll pay it for a
Yeah, that's
sandwich.
true. You don't know what you're getting. Is it like the compressed meat sandwich? Is it a full chicken breast? Yeah, that's what you're always wondering. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it were like to verge into Chick-fil-A quality, then it makes more sense, but
Probably
we all
not.
know it's not. It's not gonna do that.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Saving money on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Check out our huge selection of bagged concrete mixes. Whether you're pouring a walkway, a concrete slab, or setting a post, we have the right product at the best price to start your project today. Shop our entire selection of concrete mixes in-store and on Menards.com. Plus, check out the weekly flyer for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Listen up. If you have not paid self-employment, business, or individual taxes in years, the IRS will find you. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. I offer real solutions. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Story, today, and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal, or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. At the Lance Story Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
We are on the biggest stage in the world right now, and you know I am talking about soccer. The whole world is paying attention, and FanDuel has decided to change the game. And as you know, if you bet soccer, that sometimes your player gets subbed out, and then what happens? Your bet goes with them. Well, FanDuel says we have a better way to do it. That's not happening anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues with the substitute. So you are still in it until the final whistle. Just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started now. I've been telling you about this app for many, many months. I love using it. It's easy to use. All the information you need is right there. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock right now, it's a partly cloudy sky and 85 degrees downtown at the Arch. The 4th of July holiday was the first weekend of an expanded youth curfew in St. Louis City. Also the date of a widely advertised street takeover.
A street takeover is using cars to do burnouts, to do donuts, to potentially engage in illegal behavior.
St. Louis Police spokesman Mitch McCoy tells KMOX enforcement units circled participants in the Wilmar Park area near Hampton and Jameson.
And we knew that they were going to be going to other parts of the city. What we were able to do was stop them in their pre-meet location where they can gather, come up with their plans, and figure out, where they want to take over a street.
9 adults and 4 juveniles taken into custody. Police also seized guns and vehicles. An additional 43 youth arrested, taken to a reunification center after being picked up for curfew violations Friday and Saturday nights. Police say the majority live outside of the city. Illinois Governor Pritzker signed a new safety law today that aims to increase transparency and accountability among AI companies. Carolina Garibay has more.
Pritzker says the Artificial Intelligence Safety Measures Act establishes the nation's strongest framework for AI safety, transparency, and accountability.
We must protect our people from the dangers of AI while still harnessing the unique potential of the technology. And we're doing it in Illinois with a bipartisan, first and most protective in the nation law.
He says the law requires the largest AI developers to create risk mitigation frameworks and undergo mandatory annual independent third-party audits. It also provides protections for whistleblowers and creates confidential channels for employees to report safety risks.
From ABC News, Iran this week mourning the death of its former supreme leader killed during the first day of the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran. As far as peace talks, ABC News contributor, former State Department official Colonel Stephen Ganyard says Tehran's bargaining power may be weakening because of the increasing numbers of oil tankers moving through the Strait of Hormuz.
Frankly, President Trump can let this go on forever because people don't want to think about the nuclear problem. They're going to say,
I don't want my total at the gas pump to be so high. And right now, it's going to come down. And it may come down, and we could get down into the 60s on a barrel of oil because of this glut. So the Iranian ability to influence this negotiation is going to decrease. We'll see if that makes a difference at the negotiation table.
St. Louis native Tim Ream is ready to lead the U.S. men's national soccer team into a World Cup battle against Belgium tonight in Seattle.
They can be very ruthless in their attack and their finishing. And that's something that we obviously have to pay attention to.
Ream is captain of the U.S. team. He says communication remains high among the squad and expects that to carry over from practice to the game. The Dow from Stiefel is up 93 points to 52,993.
We can feel a little bit of a knockback in the humidity pattern thanks to a north to northwest flow. Partly sunny skies going through our Monday afternoon. 87 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 68. Pretty nice evening on tap as we drop out of the 80s. Tuesday, sunny, 87 degrees. Tuesday night, clear, 69. Wednesday, sunny and 88. There's a little bit of question, but it does look like the thunderstorm pattern will start to make a comeback later this week. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's a cloudy sky now. Right now, 85 downtown at the Arch, and that's the feels like, too, 85. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy here. Summer heat can put your garage door to the test. Stay ahead of the game with a Renner Garage Door Summer Tune-Up. Plus, score a free repair or replacement quote and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER. The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Hi, Monday on DGS. Dave taking the long weekend. The rest of us hanging out here. We talked to Ricky at 1:30. Now we've got Bernie Miklasz coming up at 2:30. Dave Murray at 3:30. Sweet 16 later on today as well. So busy, normal Monday. And then we'll be all back together on Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll be out with the Cardinals doubleheader. Why don't we do Razor's Edge to kick off this hour?
Let's do it, and I'll be the first one to bring it up. I know you boys have been dying to talk about it all day.
I've been counting the minutes.
It was the big wedding over the weekend.
The
Taylor
big wedding.
Swift and Travis
yeah.
Kelce.
I forgot about that.
I was very into this all weekend.
It was interesting to see the information come trickling out, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see anything
I was
about
following
it, Wheels?
too. I was following too.
You didn't see a single thing?
Not a single thing.
Interesting. Well, did you see that I was wrong? Remember last week I was like, oh, maybe they're not really going to get married at Madison Square Garden. Maybe it's all a diversion. And maybe it'll be the type of thing where at the last minute she's going to like open up tickets to fans and they can buy a ticket and go and be a part of the experience. That didn't happen. They really had their wedding at Madison Square Garden. So, Wheels, you said you didn't see anything about the wedding.
I literally know nothing about what went on. I couldn't even tell you if it happened or not.
So I guess you don't know who the officiant of the wedding was?
I don't. Was it?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
Was it Charlie XCX?
No, she was not invited.
Oh,
she and Taylor Swift don't like each other. Yeah,
oh,
they don't like each other.
I thought she was friends with everybody.
No.
Was it Patrick Mahomes?
No, but Patrick and Brittany did go to the wedding.
All right. Was it the other Mahomes? Jackson Mahomes.
It was Pat Mahomes Sr.
Exactly the type of reverend person
there's
you want.
not one. No chance I could name.
The problem is he's thinking too logically.
Exactly.
He's thinking of people that would make sense
People
for
who
it.
are
Was it
related to
Eminem?
them. It wasn't Eminem. You're
That's
actually
closer.
Oh, really?
That's infinitely closer.
Same like age range, I would say.
I have no idea.
It was Adam Sandler.
Oh, for God's sake!
I swear.
Was this a movie? Like, were they shooting a movie?
Dude, I had
like
to-
instead of the wedding singer, it's the wedding marrier.
Well, this is how you know she's marrying Travis
Wedding
Kelce, right?
marrier.
Because it's like, I don't think Taylor picked out Adam Sandler. I think maybe Travis was in charge of one thing.
From reports I saw, Adam Sandler is a, quote, good friend of theirs.
Okay.
Interesting.
Do you think he
good
did it like he
friend.
did the Thanksgiving song? I would kill to hear him do a song like that about the two of them.
I would. That would make me gain respect.
All right,
for
I
sure.
wouldn't kill, but I would laugh.
Taylor going and hanging out with 60-year-old Adam Sandler. Wonder what they talk about. I guess money.
Yeah, they probably really love talking about their money.
Being extremely famous.
Yeah.
So a bunch of people came to the wedding. Notably, Nikki Glazer from St. Louis was an attendee. I don't think she's close with Taylor Swift at all, but she is a Taylor Swift mega fan.
She's been a very openly a fan.
Very
and
vocal fan of Taylor.
Okay,
I'm guessing these wedding invitations were decided by maybe publicists and not.
Well, for some of them, because it was like,
Yeah.
really, like that person. Like, I'm happy for Nikki Glazer. She
Yeah.
is
Oh, yeah.
a huge Taylor Swift fan. I'm
Mhm.
sure it meant a lot to her, but it's like, is that your closest friend and family members like showing up? I don't think so. There were a few more like that where it was like, oh, really? They went.
Then
Interesting.
again, Madison Square Garden, a lot of seats to fill.
That is true. Maybe they started panicking last minute.
You gotta, they ordered all those dinners. You gotta give someone to eat them, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to be like reheating those for the next couple of days.
Oh man,
putting a little slice of cake in the
man,
freezer.
I bet it was good.
Oh man, I don't know anything about the food, and I would very much like to know about the food. So apparently they had to close down a bunch of streets surrounding Madison Square Garden, which that makes me really mad.
Don't like that.
I don't like that at all. I think people should be able to go about their day-to-day lives. I really don't care even if it is the biggest celebrity in the world getting married. Like, why are you shutting down? Why are you rerouting the public for your big dumb party? Give me a
That's
break.
the new movie for Adam Sandler, The Big Dumb Party.
Big Dumb Party.
And he's the star.
Starring Taylor Swift. And that's how they're launching Travis's acting career.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of,
It'll be an action movie in the second half.
have you guys seen ads for The Hawk, the new Will Ferrell movie?
No.
He's playing a golfer. It's a Netflix movie.
Okay.
It's basically Talladega Nights, but he plays golf, from what
all
I can
right,
tell.
well, that's great.
So anyway, that's coming out soon.
Good to have new
Something
ideas.
made me think of that for some reason. Anyway. And then there's also a bunch of hubbub around the fact that New Yorkers were asked to conserve energy this weekend because the heat wave was so bad.
Right.
They were
They were telling people to set their thermostats at 78.
Yes.
Which
Wow.
also became a political firestorm because people
Right.
were like, that's socialism. Like, yeah, they do that in Texas too.
But here's the thing. New Yorkers were asked to curb their
Yeah.
electricity use, but then they lit up the Empire State Building blue for Taylor and Travis, and they were like, it's her something blue. So people are pretty mad that it's like, well,
So
why
does she
did
have
you
to
even
pay for that?
That's such a good question.
Like,
There's
why are we
also-
paying if we're spending? Well, now I'm sure that's probably privately held, the Empire State Building, or is that a public building? It's got to be owned by by private ownership, right?
I don't know.
I would think maybe Empire State might be government owned.
Here, somebody work on that and Google that while I
Yeah.
continue the
do that.
wedding story. The another thing that's got people in a heated debate is the fact that obviously they had to have a police presence there because it's Taylor Swift and people are crazy, yada yada yada, and all these police officers are working overtime. Apparently, Taylor Swift does have to pay for that, or the venue has to pay for that, and then they will bill Taylor.
Right.
But I see like conflicting information on that too, as far as like how much does she actually have to pay. I think if the taxpayers are footing one dime of the Taylor Travis wedding, that is an actual travesty. That's terrible.
Yeah, the Empire State Building is privately owned.
Okay. But it's still like, hey, if we're being asked to conserve energy, like,
No,
why
it's a horrible
is it all
look.
going to
Yeah,
this
why are we doing
stupid-
that? I mean, and the same thing. I know that people complain about this in California, where everybody's told, like during a drought, hey, don't water your lawn during the day or during these hours or at all, whatever. And you can see the fancy ass places have green ass grass, and that's
Yeah.
not happening because they're not watering the lawn.
Right.
You know, golf courses as an example. I'm sure not all, but I bet you the nice ones are still watering, and they're just like, yep, here, check out this finger. I'm going to do what I want.
Right. So Arlen King on the stream points out that the Empire State Building changes colors every day due to different events.
Cool.
Totally get that. And I do think it's neat. I just think if New Yorkers are being told to conserve energy, maybe like everyone should be conserving energy, and maybe we skip the silly theme lights for a couple of nights until the heat wave dies down.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is becoming very unlikable.
Well, she's doing some PR when it comes to that, Andrew, because I don't know if you saw this. In the days before the wedding, it was revealed that Taylor and Travis donated $26 million to charities ahead of their wedding. So this was, I mean...
So they saw this coming.
Well,
they saw from a mile away, we're shutting down, in a record heat wave, we're going to be shutting down roads in the busiest part of New York City.
Well, I mean, I want to be clear. It's great that charities got $26 million. I had on the show sheet, like, as a joke. I'm like, it should have been $27 million. But no, it's very nice that they did this. But the cynical part of me does think, like, yeah, it's to offset, like, all of the bad press they're going to get around how.
Yeah.
I mean, let's.
They could have done that without taking up Times Square.
Exactly.
Like, you could have just. Of all the places in the world you could go, there are plenty of places that would be a lot less disruptive. How many people had 4th of July vacations planned in New York City, for a year and tucked their families and doing all that, and now they're just working around you.
Yeah, disruptive is a great word for it. Another thing I kept seeing pointed out, like, continuously online was the fact that they wanted to keep it so private and all the guests are signing an NDA and don't say anything, don't leak us, don't let anyone know what's going on. But you picked one of the most recognizable venues in the biggest city in the United States on 4th of July weekend on the anniversary of the 250th signing of the Declaration of Independence. Like, you kind of picked one of the most high profile days and locations
because people are coming in for fireworks into the city and
so
this is where these people have all jumped the shark. Even if you don't hate the individuals, this is where when you're at that level you just lose track of the rest of society. Like, nobody else matters,
right?
You don't consider the thousands of people that are doing something else, or nope, it's all about me, it's my special day. And I have money, so I get to do what I want.
Yeah, all I can say is I'm glad it's over. I'm glad we don't have this hanging over our heads anymore.
I'm so relieved. I just learned everything I knew about this just now.
The lavish soiree included performances from Stevie Nicks and Paul McCartney. They also had a raffle. Okay, come on.
Yeah.
50-50 at the wedding.
You can't do a raffle at the billionaire wedding. That's pretty tacky.
What if they were raffling off, like, we're going to raffle off $10 million?
What, did they do a dollar dance, too? Like, come on now.
And you get to marry Travis next.
Dollar dance.
Which, like, the dollar dance is cute. Because it's like,
because people don't have money, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what makes it cute and adorable. But at Taylor and Travis's wedding, it's like you gotta start with 100.
Do you think she fired the bouquet out of a t-shirt cannon?
Well, then, okay. So there's also just a bunch of fake stuff coming out. Because, of course, why wouldn't there be? I saw a post earlier today of this woman who claims she caught Taylor Swift's bouquet.
Mm-hmm.
But the bouquet was, like, so raggedy looking.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, this was her bouquet that she chose to throw. And I'm going, it's clearly a very fake story. Like, why was this lady even there?
Did you see all the furniture that she had made for the wedding?
No.
That all said, like, TS all over it. And people were like, Taylor Swift had a Taylor Swift themed wedding.
Well, she did also. Wheels, I know. I keep saying, like, I don't know if you heard. He's told me repeatedly he doesn't know anything about the wedding.
I have not heard.
She walked down the aisle to her own song.
I don't have a problem with that.
Love story.
If I made a song that people loved, that's fine.
There is actually one thing about the wedding that did make me kind of mad.
Let's hear it.
And just eye rolly, and that is that Paul McCartney, a member of the Beatles, of course, played I Want to Hold Your Hand for the first time in like 62 years.
Oh, you did it for Taylor and Travis.
At the Taylor and Travis wedding. And that you can't help but roll your eyes a little bit at that one.
Don't do it for your Beatles fans who've been fans for 65 years.
No.
Do it for the rich people. That sucks, dude. Sir Paul blew that one.
I thought it kind of sucked, too,
If you're
dude.
going to do that, you should play it live for your fans, too. That's a jerk move. Sorry, Sir Paul.
Wheels, I think you nailed it when you said they've all reached this point of, like, they have no connection with the common person. And I think they could all take a lie detector test and be like, I had no idea it was going to hit the general public this way.
Yeah.
I thought everyone would love it.
Yeah.
They would love my Madison Square
Go ahead
Garden.
and mess
Taylor
up everybody
Swift-themed
else's
wedding.
4th of July plans in the biggest city in the United States. No worries.
Well, Taylor and Travis, we wish you the best.
Summer is officially here, and that means the family internet, it is working overtime. All our lives are always online, and that's why I rely on i3 broadband. Traditional cable just can't keep up, but i3 delivers 100% true fiber directly into my home for ultra smooth, reliable performance. Plus, they're a local provider that actually treats you like a neighbor. Skip the fake fiber. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 866-806-5485 to upgrade, because life runs better on fiber, and i3 broadband is here for you.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circa Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. For everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circa Sports app, then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circa Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Have you ever felt like you were living just a B or B+ life? It's so dangerous to live that, more dangerous than a B- or a C+ life, because when you're living a B or B+ life, you don't change it. You think it's good enough. Is it? I'm Susie Welch. I host a podcast called Becoming You. People think, okay, an A+ life is not available to me, but there is a way. We are all in the process of becoming ourselves. Listen to Becoming You wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run, because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When pain starts to slow you down, BJC Healthcare and WashU Medicine orthopedic specialists are here to help. Nationally recognized leaders in orthopedics deliver care that's informed by research and personalized for you. From everyday aches to complex injuries and recovery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love. Find an orthopedic specialist today. Visit bjc.org/orthopedics or call 314-362-9355.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The wait is over. The new Omaha Steak store is now open in Baldwin at 15305 Manchester Road in Central Plaza. Shop now for 50% off store-wide and enjoy delicious doorbuster deals starting at just $19.99. For more than 100 years, Omaha Steaks has delivered the world's best steak experience. From extra-aged USDA-certified tender steaks to pure ground burgers, air-chilled chicken, premium pork, and so much more. Every bite is handcrafted by master butchers and backed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Stop by the new Omaha Steak store in Baldwin today to discover the Omaha Steaks difference.
100 years, one legendary voice. We live KMOX's century of service, classic audio, photos, videos, and more at KMOX100.com.
That's Monday on DGS. holding down the fort here on a Monday. Obviously, tomorrow, Cardinals doubleheader. Wednesday, back to normal. I'm trying to think of how many times I left the house this weekend. Because this was an off weekend from coaching, so typically I'm out, on the weekends during the summer months, all day on Saturday, all of or most of the day on Sunday, just kind of the way it works. I left the house yesterday, I think for the first time since I got home from work Friday, to go buy some clothes. And didn't need much. I just need a few things, because I don't know about you guys, but I don't buy new clothes every year.
Me neither.
I might get a couple pairs of shorts every couple years because they tend to last, and I'm not keeping up with latest fashion trends. If you watch the stream, I'm in a t-shirt and jeans every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my norm, and they last, right? They don't really, a black t-shirt doesn't really go out of style. I'm just neutral. I'm not, following anything. But I needed a few things because some of my shorts are just wearing down, and I need some new jeans because they're getting, holy and stuff like that. Only appropriate for Sundays, I guess. When did jeans, like regular old store brand jeans, get so expensive? Like Levi's are $75.
It's crazy.
I get it. I know there are like $500 jeans out there. I get it. I'm okay with paying to get some because they last, right? I didn't buy those. I bought a different brand that were a little less expensive, but even the ones I bought that were a little less. I tend to be a Lee jeans guy. It was like $60 a pair. Now they had a sale, so like everything. I was at Kohl's. Everything at Kohl's is always on sale.
Get that Kohl's cash.
Yeah, you never pay anything. You never pay full price for anything there. Everything's always discounted. Like when did normal regular just regular old jeans become $75?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it wasn't that long ago that it was about $40.
Oh, dude, I feel the same way. I like shopping at Target. For many years, I was like totally fine buying Target's clothes because it was like, I got it from Target. It was cheap. It was cute and it was cheap. Target still has plenty of cute things, but now they're at a price point where I'm like, if I'm going to spend $45 on a dress,
and get something somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm going to go to like a legitimate like clothing store and not somewhere where it's like, oh, well, 30 other women in my area have the same dress because we all went and got it from Target. It is just crazy how expensive some of these things are getting. And it's not like, okay, look, it's not a bad investment because jeans, you can wear them all the time to most anything. They last for years and years. Well,
they're not going to fall apart, in a year. You're going to get, I think every pair of jeans I have, the ones I'm replacing now that are starting to get a little holy in the where the seams are, because just they wear out. They're probably 10 years old. So they last. It's not really a major complaint. I feel like I time warped. Like from the last time I bought jeans, I was like, oh yeah, they're like 35, 40, and now they're 75.
It's rough out there, man.
It's nuts. But we got money for fireworks, though.
But, yeah, for sure. But then it's also like how I don't know if you're like me, Wheels, but I will spend $60 on a meal. No problem. I never regret it. I never think about it ever again. That was delicious. That was something I experienced for like 30 minutes. But then it's like a pair of jeans that I'm going to wear 100 times. I'm like, I don't know.
I never hesitate on those things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know, like recently we just had to do, air conditioner and all that stuff for the house. Yeah, it sucks, but I also know I'm not going to have to do it again for 20 years.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, I know it sucks. It's a big bill, but probably not going to have to do this again for a long time. Maybe not have to do it ever if I'm in the house that long. So,
there you go.
I feel like jeans are a pretty great investment, though.
They are.
Like if I had to, like, okay, everything price doubles, I probably still have no hesitation paying for jeans. If I had to pay $200 for jeans, I'm like, oh. It's probably going to last me 10 years. So
don't tell them that.
I know. I know. I mean, put it this way. If they thought they could do that, they would do that. If they thought they were already able to do that, they would do it. So it's not like they should make the price of jeans more affordable. Because you can get cheaper jeans. They won't last very long. They're a little cheaper made. But I was just surprised at the seemingly quick change, but maybe it wasn't quick. Maybe I just haven't looked in so long that it just was like,
Kevin goes into a store for the first time in 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't remember the last time I went into a store to buy, I had to buy a dress shirt. I don't know.
You had to buy a dress
like last fall. So, I mean, I went into a store to do that, like a shirt and a jacket. But like for normal stuff, I've just been buying it online. Because I know what fits and I know what ones I like, right? I order the same jeans from I can order them on Amazon, or I can order the same T-shirts that I get from the online T-shirt companies. So I don't usually do that. It was a little bit of a wake-up call. Like, I didn't know Levi's was so highbrow. I thought those were the working man jeans.
Did you get Kohl's Cash, though?
We
Whenever
did.
You checked it. There you go. See, it
I
all comes
got
back
like $30
in
in Kohl's Cash.
You can go get another
Which pays
half
for
a
all
pair
those
of jeans.
discounts. I'm going to go get one leg of a jean.
It's 2:27. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Chris Ranchi and Amy Marks Kors connect you with the people, places, and conversations that bring our community together.
And now you get to hear about poo-poo in a box from a firefighter.
No, come on.
The hammerhead worm. And you get to hear about car fires.
And sinkholes.
And sinkholes. I love our newsroom. I think they're doing a great job.
From neighborhood happenings to local heroes, from everyday challenges to unforgettable stories. Chris and Amy, weekdays from 9 to noon on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Let me tell you guys about my friend John Moriarty at E3 Wealth. E3, by the way, stands for Educate, Empower, and Enlighten. Founded back in 2003 with a simple mission to proactively challenge the status quo as to how Americans are educated about money and finance-related decisions. So if you are a W-2 employee like me and you are concerned about your retirement, go see John. But the people who really need to go see John and what he really specializes in is helping business owners and entrepreneurs, because you have a vastly different landscape in front of you when it comes to taxes and deductions and such. He's also an excellent business coach. The calls are beginning to come in now from the DGS. So if you own a business and you have been unable to find a financial planner and business coach to match your energy and vision, it could be John. E3wealth.com.
Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight discussing sarcomas with Dr. Angela Herbie.
In small groups of patients, there is an inherited genetic risk, but this is the vast minority of patients. And we typically identify these groups of individuals because of numerous family members having these rare cancers, and many of them being young. When I say young, anybody under the age of 40.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, visit siteman.washu.edu.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
We can feel a little bit of a knockback in the humidity pattern thanks to a north to northwest flow. Partly sunny skies going through our Monday afternoon. 87 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 68. Pretty nice evening on tap as we drop out of the 80s. Tuesday, sunny, 87 degrees. Tuesday night, clear, 69. Wednesday, sunny and 88. There's a little bit of question, but it does look like the thunderstorm pattern will start to make a comeback later this week. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Why pay full insurance when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
I'm Dan Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, millions of people called us for representation. Why? Because trust grows when you win. And we've won a lot. Over $30 billion and counting. When you call America's largest injury law firm, you're calling a family. You're calling an army, our army. You're calling somebody who will fight for you. Injured? Let our family fight for your family. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Your bathroom should feel less routine and more daily escape. At Michael's Baths, they can transform ordinary bathrooms into a beautiful, comfortable space for homeowners across St. Louis and surrounding areas. And now they're introducing new premium walls. If you love the look of stone without the upkeep, you're going to love this. Sleek, durable, designed to elevate your space. For a limited time, enjoy a free rain shower head or upgrade with safety features like grab bars or a built-in seat. Call Michael's Baths today and schedule a free consultation. 636-775-0800.
Today, the Cards, the Brewers.
Hamlin Total Access 550. First pitch 645.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's Monday, 2:30 on DGS, and that means it's time for us to visit with our pal, Bernie Miklasz. Hey, Bern, how's it going this week?
I'm doing good, Wheels. Good to be back with you.
Man, we got so much to cover, and I don't think we have enough time to do it, but we're going to try. Where do you want to start? You want to start with the weekend in Chicago? Do you want to start with the All-Star game? Where would you like to start?
Oh, I don't care. Just I thought the Cardinals had a good road trip. The whole thing,
it was great.
4-2. You know, Atlanta. I know Atlanta's been struggling, and so the Cardinals did what they had to do by winning 2 out of 3. But the thing of it is, when the Cardinals went into Chicago, the Cubs were the hottest team, and they had the best record in baseball since June 11th. I think they were 15-4, something like that. And so for them to go in there and whomp them the way they did the first 2 games, and didn't play their best game yesterday. But anytime you go into Chicago and face a really hot team that's been scoring a ton of runs, and you shut them down for the first 2 days.
Yeah.
You pocket a win in both first 2 games. You take 2 out of 3. I'm not going to complain about too much. Probably complain about nothing, actually.
No, you can't. Because every time we've talked about this before, like every time they've faced these kind of challenging spots, they've done all right, either all right or better than all right. And then there's a little fallback, but that's kind of the nature of the beast. What we got to find out now is essentially what happens for the next 3 weeks, right? Because last year was a similar position. If you can avoid, what did they lose, Bernie? Was it 17 or 18 out of 25 coming out of this time of year?
Yeah, right around there. Yep.
If you could just be around 500 during that time, you're in it. You're solid to be competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know what that's going to mean for the trade deadline, but the thing of it is, Wheels, I think you kind of agree with this. There's really nothing to talk about at this point until we see, until first of all, there's 2 things we'll check like a week coming out of the All-Star break, how the Cardinals play the first week back or whatever. And then we just wait and see. I mean, I just laugh at all the speculation, people going bananas like around the clock, Bloom's going to do this. Bloom's going to do that. Bloom's not going to do this. He's not going to. How do we know exactly what he's going to do? I mean, we have a pretty good idea about a couple of things, but just everybody quit making up fantasy trades. It'll never happen. That's all.
Right.
Mr. Grouch here says that.
Well, look, it's not a matter of the discussion never being a thing. It will be, but it's going to be another 3 or 4 weeks before we have enough information to go, do they buy? Because one thing I think we would say 2 things are true, Bern. No big fire sale and no big crazy buy where you're going to give up some of your top prospects for a big name. Like you probably can rule out those 2 things, but anything else is to be determined by how they perform.
Yeah, and listen. If I were to make a wager on it, not for much money, but if I were to make a wager on it, I would still bet on Chaim Bloom trading Dustin May and Lars Nootbaar. But obviously, I could be wrong about one or both of them. I mean, who knows? Again, back to my point, I'm going to practice what I preach. Who knows? I think I have an idea. But that doesn't mean I know with any kind of certainty.
Right. So the deadline stuff we'll address at a later date, but obviously their level of play determines all of that. And look, this week's been good. You got a rough week this week. Not just because it's good teams, right? But it's 5 in 4 days against Milwaukee, and then 3 in 3 days. So, I mean, you got 8 games in 7 days, and then you get a little break for most of the guys. But the challenge in this is partly who you're playing, but it's also the practicality of that many games in a short amount of time.
Absolutely. And, you know, I was looking at Milwaukee today, a bunch of things for something I'm going to try to write after we, you know, are done talking here on the Dave Glover Show. I just think this is funny since the start of the 2018 season. And keep in mind, the Brewers are a really small market, also a small payroll team. Here are the NL. I'll just give you the bottom line. The National League Central standings since the start of the 2018 season. Milwaukee's obviously in first place. The Cardinals are in second place, 61 games behind the Brewers.
Wow.
The Cubs are third place, 72 games behind the Brewers. The Reds are next, 131 games behind the Brewers. And the Pirates are a cool 170 games behind the Brewers. Yeah, the Reds 131 and the Pirates 170 behind the Brewers.
Man.
Isn't it amazing how this team continues to dominate this division?
Yeah.
It's not so amazing when we stop and pause and just state the obvious until somebody else proves otherwise. They have the smartest front office operation in the NL Central. There's no question about it. I think Chaim Bloom's going to close the gap.
Sure.
But will he close the gap to the point where the Cardinals will overtake the Brewers? Because with Matt Arnold running their baseball operation, this guy's proven that he can, you know, he's like a 5-tool player of like front office executives.
Yeah.
I mean, he can beat you in any number of ways.
Yeah, and it's not like they have high draft picks because you're in first place every year.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you're getting top 10 picks. Jackson Chourio is just a great, you know, international find. And same with some of these guys. Wait till people see this kid, Jesus Mate, who's now the #1 prospect in baseball.
Yeah.
You know, they've got talent coming out their ears, and it's not because they've been picking at the top of the draft.
And he doesn't hesitate to trade guys away either.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
right?
No doubt about it.
It's kind of interesting because I always try to advise people, if you want to find out how the Cardinals are going to do business, just pay attention to the Milwaukee Brewers because Matt Arnold and Chaim Bloom work together. They know each other very well, and they both have the same philosophies, and they're very, very smart philosophies. Now, can Matt Arnold hold Chaim Bloom off? Because Chaim Bloom, again, will get the Cardinals closer to the Brewers. You know, I don't have a timetable, but that's why I kind of just, I don't know how to put it, you know. There's this dread, there's this fear, there's this concern. You know, he's going to trade Newt Barr, he's going to trade he's going to trade Dustin May. All the players the Brewers have drafted off their team, like a Cy Young Award winner, Corbin Burns, like Freddie Peralta. I mean, I could go on and on and on. They've traded all kinds of star players, Devin Williams, and they don't even flinch.
No, they traded Josh Hader. I mean, they just keep on moving.
And it's okay to do that. If it's going to make you better, it's okay to do that.
Totally agree. All right, let's talk about the All-Star game for a second, but just specifically, you know, the Cardinals involved in this, because great to see Jordan Walker rewarded for such a great season. I mean, by all measures, Byrne, like advanced and just more traditional, he is an all-star. I mean, there's just no question about it. He's one of the top 10, 12 hitters in the National League, one of the top 20 or 25 overall in Major League Baseball. Great to see him rewarded, but I am pretty bummed that Weatherholt's not there. He belongs.
Well, yeah, I did a video on it, 22-minute video on that. You can go, people can go look at STL Sports Central. I kept it moving so it won't take up money of your time. Listen, if I went to any, reasonable person and I said, listen, I know you don't follow, all these teams all the time, but what if I told you there's a player, he plays second base, and first of all, he's the #1 second baseman in terms of all-around quality in Major League Baseball. He's at #1. You can look up, you can go to FanGraphs and look at it. He's #1. Okay, that sounds good, the person would say. And they say, okay, let me tell you something else. In the National League, since we're talking about the National League All-Star team, this position player is #3 among all position players in the National League for all-around quality. Wow. Okay, and let's go over. Let's use the baseball reference model for the entire major leagues, right? He's the #5 position player at Baseball Reference, and he's the #6 position player at FanGraphs. So you have a guy that's the top second baseman. It's not even close. he's either the 5th best position player in the majors or the 6th best, and he's the 3rd best in the National League. Does that sound like an all-star?
Yeah.
The answer would be, well, unless you're cuckoo, yeah, that sounds like an all-star.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why this guy has slipped through the cracks. And you know what makes me laugh a little bit? They're going nuts in Milwaukee. They're going absolutely nuts in Milwaukee because Bryce Terang's not on the team. Listen, Bryce Terang's a really good player. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what they're basing it on? This sort of backs up our point about how Weatherholt's overlooked, right? You know what the Milwaukee media is basing it on? They're saying, look at where Terang ranks in wins above replacement in the major leagues. Look at where he ranks, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he ranks below Weatherholt. Yeah, it's like, man, if you're gonna make a stand to prove that your guy belongs on the All-Star team, don't tout a statistic that the Cardinals second baseman kicks his butt in. Okay, that's probably not a good way to go.
No, I agree with you. I love Bryce Terang. He deserves to go too, but I know they have only a certain number of guys that can fit. I get it. That's why I don't want to get overly concerned with it. I'm not going to have a fit about it, but there's no question that J.J. Weatherholt should be an all-star. There's no question. I mean, even if you wanted to zoom out and you look at his current pace, he's on pace for a 2020 season and a Gold Glove as a rookie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's even if you just want to be as simple and old school as you can. And when you dig in even more, as you pointed out, outs above average, defensive runs saved, fielding run value, base running value, overall offensive performance, like all of it. Like this is what we talk about with an all-around baseball player.
No, that's right. He's the only second baseman in the majors who's in the top 5 in terms of fielding run value, base running value, and offensive value. I mean, so he truly does it all. Like you say, well, he can do it all. He can do it all. So he's fun to watch too. And it's scary to think about how great he's really going to be. He's just about great now.
Yeah.
But, and he's still learning. And it's not out of the realm of possibility, not at all, if he stays healthy, that he would break Albert Pujols' record for the best wins above replacement mark by a rookie in franchise history.
Yeah,
he's on pace. He's actually on pace to do it. I don't know if he'll get there, but he's on pace to do it.
It's crazy. All right, Bernie, we're almost out of time. I'm doing this a real big disservice, but any thoughts on U.S. and Belgium tonight?
I like the U.S. side because I think. Listen, first of all, they're in Seattle, and it's an amazing home field advantage for them. They got the whole nation behind them. They can feel it. They got a great coach, absolutely great coach. They're getting their striker back for this game. The controversial red card rescinded and all that. People can debate that. I don't care about it. He's back. The only thing, Belgium is an experienced side, but Belgium is kind of like a sleeping giant. They've been stagnant. They haven't been that impressive in the World Cup because some of their guys are older now and they just don't have the jets. But I don't know, maybe this red card controversy and all of a sudden, the U.S. getting their striker back, maybe that'll give these guys some extra motivation. I think Belgium's dangerous. And I also think all the pressure in the world, so to speak, is on the U.S. And sometimes, that kind of pressure, it can hurt you a little bit. So let's see, but I like them to win.
Yeah, it'd be a great test because you're right. The soccer world is really unhappy with the decision to suspend the suspension, and that probably going to add. Although hopefully elite athletes will just tune all that out, but obviously you never know. But I'm looking forward to it because this is where in the World Cup and in soccer where I start to get in is when you get into the elimination in World Cups, and not that the other doesn't matter, but this is where it gets more fun.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Listen, this has been a great World Cup. There have been some insane matches.
Yeah.
That England-Mexico match last night was absolutely insane. It was riveting. I mean, I even got nervous pausing it to go to the bathroom because I'm like, well, suppose something happens. Like when I come back and the pause thing didn't work and I missed it, No, just great theater. Just great theater.
Well, enjoy it tonight. We got that in the Cardinals game and a whole bunch of other baseball in there. Enjoy all of that. And in the meantime, Byrne, tell us about our friends at Saliga.
Yeah, you got it. Saliga Heating and Cooling is a Daikin Comfort dealer, and they have been taking care of St. Louisans. The same family as Saliga's, 4 generations. for 100 years, 1927. I love it. I mean, what does that tell you about it, man? It tells you, number one, they got to be great at what they do, right? You don't last 100 years in a competitive industry like this. Number two, it tells you they've got, I don't know, credibility, trustworthiness, all of the above. Because if if you don't put your family name on the line as far as promising integrity, promising professionalism, promising that you will take good care of someone's home and their heating and cooling if you get the call, they put their family name on the line every time that happens. They really believe they have to earn your trust. So my whole thing, my advice to you, and I'm a longtime Saliga client, put your faith in the track record and the family reputation for this excellent business has been serving other St. Louisans for 100 years. You can't go wrong. In my experience, our experience, Saliga is the best. They're fantastic. If you want to find out more, everything they do, if you have an emergency, problem, questions, just go to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
Bernie Miklasz on KMOX is sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer.
It's 2:48. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Things in Washington, D.C. may seem unsettled at times by their lack of progress. But one department in the U.S. government is progressing. That is the IRS. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. The IRS is in full function to collect on unpaid taxes. If you've been putting off a tax problem, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and get it resolved. Don't think the government is too busy to focus on my issues. Too many of my clients thought the same. So if you owe back taxes or haven't filed returns in years, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and finally resolve your tax issues. Remember, if you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call the Lance Story Law Firm. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Or call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceStoryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
The soundtrack of classic rock is coming to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater August 6th. Leonard Skinner and Foreigner joining forces for one epic night of legendary hits and unforgettable memories. It's the Double Trouble Double Vision Tour. From Sweet Home Alabama to Cold as Ice. Don't miss your chance to experience these two rock and roll Hall of Fame acts in one incredible show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair. I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
All right, Monday on DGS, and I want to open this segment with an apology to our friend Rachel, because we talked all those sports, and I have not brought up Wimbledon once.
It's okay.
I feel bad about it.
Well, you know what, Wheels? I actually have a ton of anxiety surrounding Wimbledon because all of these WTA players that I really love are advancing to the quarterfinals, and now they're going to be like playing each other.
So you got to figure out who your favorites of your favorites are. Do you root for anyone, or do you just not root for anyone and be like, I'm cool with whoever?
Well, the person I would really love to see win Wimbledon overall would be Coco Gauff. She is my favorite tennis player. I love her.
Do you know she has
girl.
a younger brother that's about to be drafted in baseball?
I do, and I do know he's gonna. He plays for Mizzou, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really cool. She is amazing. Their whole family seems amazing, just from what I know about them. She has a great head on her shoulders. From what I understand, it's her and her two brothers, and her parents are just like, you guys have to play a sport. You get to pick your sport, but you have to play. And they have at least 2 kids who are really, really good at what they've chosen to do. So I would love to see Coco win, but then it's like, I love my other girls too. And I feel like when we're playing the Sweet 16 and it's like Rush versus one of the other bands that Skip likes, and he gets like all anxious. He's like, I don't want to be the one to break the tie. I'm like, this is how I feel. So I'm just going to be like a nervous wreck this week, seeing how all of this shakes out.
Are you guys old enough to get the Sophie's Choice reference?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that because I'm barely old enough to really get that. Like, I was a kid when that was a movie. I know it was a book before that, right?
I'm not sure.
But yeah, mom has to choose between her kids. That's Rach watching Wimbledon in the quarters.
It's almost as if they said, hey, you just get to pick who advances. I'm like, okay, here's all my faves. And now they're all ending up in the quarterfinals. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
So could anybody fall off the faves list by making you angry with their antics or their performance? You don't seem like a bandwagon fan. You seem like just a chill fan.
Not really. I mean, I like my girl. Naomi Osaka is playing really well. And I've talked about her a lot on the show, Wheels. And I'm like hard on her because she does a lot of like
it's all about the drama.
Silly thing. Yeah, it just gets really dramatic with Naomi. However, I say it every time I talk about her. I love her. I want to see her succeed, and I want to see her overcome like all of the mental hangups she has and all the distractions she has. She has been playing awesome, and she took down the world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka, this weekend. It was really incredible to see. She was cool as a cucumber the whole time. it's just nice to see. The thing I love about tennis, particularly women's tennis, is I feel like, and I'm going to get like way too parasocial, but since it's an individual sport, you feel like you get to know their personalities and their character just from the way they're handling various things on the court. And there are few things more satisfying than seeing someone identify the problem and work out that problem like all by themselves. Like, yeah, they can get a little bit of coaching,
but you just have to do it yourself.
Yes.
Right. I mean, you can
It's
get the
all
assistance in how, but you have to do it.
Yeah. And it's just one of my favorite things is to see someone like butting up against this problem. And then it's like, okay, all I have to do is go back to square one. I need to calm down, go back to basics, and just focus on what I know how to do. That's why you see so many crash outs in tennis, is because from what I understand, it is really difficult to get back to that like Zen mental place once you've lost it. And then people start freaking out. But
that's been my experience in any sport.
Right.
I mean, it's the same. Like, you could be going along, and like in baseball, the cliche is like some days when you're hitting, the pitch looks like a beach ball being thrown at you, and other days it looks like an aspirin. Mm-hmm. It's the same ball, but for whatever reason, in different days, it just does not. You can't see it some days, and other days you see it and like, oh man, I'm gonna kill that thing.
Man, so Coco is the one who I would like to see win the whole thing. Her match yesterday was incredible because usually there's no clock with tennis, but at Wimbledon, they make you stop playing at 11 p.m. So they were going to suspend the match if she couldn't like get it done on time. She was able to win enough games, and then the first thing she does is she points at her
So they have a limit
watch.
for how late they can go.
They do only for Wimbledon. Like
so at
pretty much
Wimbledon,
any
you
other
can
slam.
go too late. But I was seeing these stories from Cooperstown for these 12-year-old baseball players. They were playing at 2 a.m.
Oh my gosh!
What are we doing?
That's insane.
Even the pros know not to do that.
Tell you guys about my friend Susan L. Ward. Susan's there for you if you're going to be getting divorced, or if you are divorced and someone is taking you back. It's called a modification. And that used to be, about a third of the cases I would get, that you get divorced and you have all your paperwork, and then either someone leaves something out. We didn't say who was going to pay for college. We didn't say this. We didn't say that. Or something changes. They hit the lottery. They married a multimillionaire. They lost their job. I am disabled now. Anything involving you and a divorce, whether you're heading to it or it's in your rearview mirror, but it seems to be rearing its head again, you can't do better than Susan L. Ward. As I always say, talk to your best friend, talk to your pastor, talk to your priest, talk to a counselor, but you haven't done what you need to do until you've spoken to a really, really good divorce attorney, and that's Susan. She has offices all over Missouri, 314-783-9400, stlfamilylaw.com.
If you're having a major project done at your house, it can be a long process. It can be kind of tedious or frustrating, and hopefully, though, when it's all done, you can stand back and look and think, oh my gosh, this is an incredible improvement. Sometimes it doesn't work that way, though, if you choose the wrong company. That's why I'm telling you that if you're thinking about a major project in your outdoor space, even a minor project, call Chesterfield Fence and Deck, because Chesterfield Fence and Deck is the sign you have the very best. They only use the highest quality products. They have their own installation crews with years of experience. That is extremely important. And Chesterfield Fence and Deck has been around for 58 years, a quality company, and they offer value. They're not going to be your cheapest bid, but they're going to be the best, and it's going to last for years to come, so you can stand back and think, money well spent. They'll offer you 48 months interest-free financing if you mention me, Debbie Monterey. Stop by and visit them, or visit them online right now at chesterfieldfence.com. Chesterfield Fence and Deck.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Welcome to Willie's Wings, home of the secret sauce.
I'll take a dozen wings. Oh, by the way, I love that sauce. What's in it?
Can't tell you.
Why not?
It's a secret.
While many financial advisors claim to have the secret sauce, they don't. In fact, if their sauce is so good, why are they keeping it a secret? Steve All of the All Financial Group doesn't keep anything a secret. He knows there's much more to retirement planning than stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. He'll develop a strategy designed specifically for you. It's your own secret sauce for retirement. Call Steve today at 636-230-8824 for your personal portfolio x-ray. Call 636-230-8824 or online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Fine, you want to know what's in the sauce?
Absolutely.
Tablespoon of paprika.
Really?
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, we've got 85 degrees, a cloudy sky downtown at the Arch. More than 3 dozen juveniles taken into custody by St. Louis police on the first weekend of the expanded curfew.
The youth curfew for downtown and downtown west is a response to unruly teen takeovers. Speaking on KMOX's Total Information AM, Mitch McCoy with the St. Louis Police Department says 41 juveniles were picked up by police on July 4th.
The majority of the teens live outside St. Louis City. Only 11 of the teens detained on July 4th actually reside in the city of St. Louis.
8 were found in possession of illegal fireworks. The teens were taken to a reunification center. Parents or guardians were required to pick them up and receive citations. The curfew is in effect through Labor Day. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Police also broke up an advertised street takeover in South City, arresting 9 adults, seizing 9 vehicles, and taking 4 juveniles to the reunification center. The St. Louis Fire Department responded to 603 incidents between 8 a.m. July 4th 4th and 8 a.m. July 5th. Firefighters dealt with 68 fires, including dumpster, rubbish, building or garage, and vehicle fires. Well, that might sound like a lot of fires, but it's actually 72 fewer than last year. Missouri voters could face a new requirement when registering to vote under a congressional election bill backed by the president. Secretary of State Denny Hoskins tells MissouriNet the proposal's biggest impact in Missouri would be requiring proof of U.S. citizenship to vote.
Currently, all you have to do is check a box that says you're a citizen, but you actually don't have to provide any proof that you're a citizen. It's very easy to get your birth certificate. Many people have their passport. A real ID would be considered a suitable form of identification in many cases as well.
The SAVE Act would require proof of U.S. citizenship like a birth certificate, passport, or naturalization papers to register to vote and would end online voter registration. The legislation has cleared the U.S. House and is awaiting action in the Senate. From ABC News, President Trump says FIFA made a brilliant decision to allow a top player on the U.S. men's team to compete tonight against Belgium in the World Cup. That after he weighed in with the organization over the controversial red card.
President Trump said he'd never even heard of a red card.
They say you can't play. That's very unfair.
Trump says he called the head of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, and asked him to review the decision to disqualify American striker Folarin Balogun.
All I did was ask for a review. I didn't say you have to do this.
He shrugs off the protests from Belgium, saying if the Belgians beat the Americans at full strength, they can be really proud.
The other way, if they beat us, we'll say I say it was rigged.
Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Microsoft announced layoffs and a reorganization plan for its video game platform. ABC's Brian Clark.
Microsoft is cutting 4,800 jobs amid slumping financial performance. The company says that while jobs are not being replaced by AI is changing the way the work gets done. Hit hard, Microsoft's Xbox. It's cutting 1,600 jobs today, 3,200 through the fiscal year. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma says the business is not healthy and that the company's going to restructure.
Let's get an update now. The St. Louis Business Index. We take you to Stifel and Scott Bedell. Scott.
Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone. The blue chips broke the 53,000 level for the first time ever, but the other stock indexes had even better performance. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average had gained 156 points, or 0.3% to 53,056. The Standard & Poor's 500 index higher by 0.3%. 2,511 jumped 1.1% to finish at 26,121. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index also higher on the day, finishing up 0.7% at 1,726. Helping that index to move higher, Stifel Financial added 2.5% at $75.09. ESCO Technologies up a little less than 3% at $342.55. Boeing gained 3.5%. They finished at $234.54. On the downside, Anheuser-Busch down 2.4% at $79.38, while Post Holdings lost 4.5%. They finish at 88.5. For KMOX, this has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, please visit our website at stifel.com.
We can feel a little bit of a knockback in the humidity pattern thanks to a north to northwest flow. Partly sunny skies going through our Monday afternoon. 87 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 68. Pretty nice evening on tap as we drop out of the 80s. Tuesday, sunny, 87 degrees. Tuesday night, clear, 69. Wednesday, sunny and 88. There's a little bit of question, but it does look like the thunderstorm pattern will start to make a comeback later this week. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
At the moment, downtown at the Arch, cloudy sky, 85 degrees. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy here. Summer heat can put your garage door to the test. Stay ahead of the game with a Renner Garage Door summer tune-up. Plus, score a free repair or replacement quote and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER. The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Hi, Monday on KMOX. DGS rolling along halfway through today. Dave extending the holiday weekend. We'll all be off the show tomorrow with the doubleheader against the Brewers, and then back to normal on Wednesday. That's how it is. What do you guys think? Happy hour? Should we do a little DGS happy hour here?
I would like to, but my topic isn't really happy per se.
Well, that's not really a requirement.
Well, it's interesting for sure.
I think we've all brought up things that are very unhappy.
That's true. Well, mine is a Canadian boy, age 11, passed away from rabies after waking up to a bat on his face.
What?
Yeah. So the child was on a The child was on a visit to a cottage in Ontario with his family and sleeping, having a cottage vacation, wakes up and there's a bat on his whole face. And he started freaking out and swatted the bat away. And his father caught the bat in a pot and released it outside. And they didn't immediately seek medical attention because he didn't have any visible injuries. And they were like, oh, this bat seems fine. Let's just let him go back out into the wild. But 19 days later, this 11-year-old boy began experiencing numbness and swelling on his face. They took him to get emergency care, and they're trying to diagnose his symptoms, and they put him on antiviral medication. But it turns out that it was, rabies. Kind of got to get a hold on that pretty quickly from what I understand.
Oh, yeah.
And the child ended up passing away. I guess the moral of the story is if you come in contact with a bat.
Really, any
wild
animal that, look, I don't know. I know that the disease is transmitted through bites, but that can also be just saliva, right? Like not just necessarily through an open wound, although I guess because they said he had no visible injuries.
Well, this is saying that any direct human contact with a bat.
So, I don't think it's a bite only.
Right.
I do think that there's some misinformation. I think people believe that, I didn't get bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, infection is pretty much always fatal once you start to develop symptoms. So if you come in contact with a bat this summer, just please go get yourself checked out immediately. That being said, rabies infections are rare, especially in Canada. They have only had 28 human deaths from rabies since 1924. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty great.
Condolences to the family of this 11-year-old boy. What a horrible, horrible story.
Yeah, you wouldn't, just thinking about it, just normally, if you're not bitten, you may not think to get checked.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a tough one.
Man,
because I understand how many people are thinking ahead. Well, my kid didn't get bit. I'm going to save this bat and I'm going to take it to the vet so they can check it. Who knows?
And maybe he's a tougher kid than I would have been. I would have wanted to go to the hospital if a bat was within a foot of me. I would have been like, I'm scared. Let's go. But maybe it wasn't a super traumatic experience for the kid. Maybe it was just like, whoa, get this bat off me.
That would be a hell of a thing to wake up to anything on your face.
Yeah, exactly.
The cutest little bird in the world. You'd be like, why is it on my face?
Why are you trying to smother me? Please
because when you wake
that.
up, you're not clear-headed.
Right.
You're just, you're like, blah, blah, blah.
Well, it could be vampire.
Yeah, I know.
You got to go get checked out for vampire disease as well.
Could be vampire.
Maybe he wanted to be. All right, now I'm just being disrespectful. Never mind.
Yeah, you're right. I felt a little like I did that too with the vampire thing. I feel kind of bad.
The bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, he did die.
I know. Because when Kevin was like, it's not a vampire, I was like, it's the kid. And no. Whoops. Sorry, y'all.
What's the other topics we're going to talk about?
Yeah, Andrew, you got anything you want to throw into happy hour?
Now, what do you got? I have something.
He's like, I just threw it in there, man. That was it.
No, I got something if you want it. It's not good. We can talk about it.
You're not going to be enthusiastic about it. Then.
I hate that stuff. It's like,
Andrew's like, I got stuff, but you don't even want to hear my stuff.
You don't want to hear my topic. Everyone's just going to stop listening as soon as start talking about Tilly Norwood again.
Oh, Tilly.
Oh, Tilly. You know Tilly, right, Kevin?
No, I don't know Tilly
Norwood.
So
Tilly Norwood is I believe she's the first AI actress to be billed as such, and I think she's got an agency, right? Which makes, it hurts my brain to even say things like this because she doesn't have an agency because she doesn't exist. But she is going to be, I guess she is going to be starring in her first movie, where she's going to be the star. It's going to be a dramedy, I believe.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a dramedy, which is set in the Tillyverse, which is her own special universe. Usually you have to be Taylor Swift to have that kind of treatment. But Tilly's got it. And it's going to be about her trying to, I think, fall in love as an AI or something like that.
I don't
We just jumped off the stupidest cliff of all time with this. Who in the world would go see that?
Well, that's what I'm truly wondering. I really don't want to pass judgment.
Do it.
But
don't forget, she doesn't exist.
Well, no. I don't care about Tilly. I just don't understand who is a fan of Tilly. Like, who looks at this AI created being and goes like, I like her. I'm going to go see her film. For me, I see her picture. I go, oh, that's a pretty girl. Oh, she's AI. Okay.
Yep.
And then I just
Not a
never
girl.
think about it ever again. Why would I want to go see her act in a movie? I'd rather see an actual actor.
So here's my theory. This is by and for the exact same...
Incels?
No, it's by and for the exact same, 40 people. And that is people who think that they can make a lot of money off of AI technology. Sometimes on this show, we will do, a topic or a subject or whatever. And, we'll think to ourselves, there's a lot of people watching and listening to us right now. And everyone's like, nah, we don't care. This is for us. We're having fun. This is just for us. And I bet they like it, too, whether you guys out there listening like it or not. And I think that's what's happening with certain things in the AI sphere, namely stuff like Tilly Norwood. I think it is the same, it's by people who run AI companies for people who also run AI companies.
Yeah, but then,
it will not be enjoyed or consumed by anyone outside of that tech space. And that is why something like this will ultimately fail.
But there are people that are downloading AI songs by the millions. And I don't get
Mike
that either.
Elam is like 900,000
the minute,
yeah, Mike Elam's the #1 fan.
I mean, the minute.
Sorry, Mike.
If I heard a song on TikTok, and I'm like, guy, kind of like that song. I like the beat to it. It was a heavy song, my kind of song. And as soon as I looked up the creator and saw that it was AI, I'm like, done.
Right.
I don't want to listen to it anymore because
he's like, Tilly Norwood's got quite a scream.
The fact that it's not real is what loses me. I don't think we should lose sight of reality. And that's what you're doing with all of these AI creations as quote-unquote artists. They're not an artist. It's an algorithm. Creativity is not just taking all the information in the world and regurgitating it. It's doing something new with it by a human being. That's what art is. Art is not created by computers. It can still look cool. It can still be a thing. You're like, that's not bad. I'd put that. Because, look, we all have things in our houses over time that aren't really, quote-unquote, art, right? Like, you put a picture up that's mass-produced. Yeah, it's art to a degree, but it's not like fine art, right? We all understand that. But it looks all right. It complements the room, whatever. But when we're talking about creating something meaningful, why in the world would anybody want something that is clearly just a computer generation?
Yeah, that's what I'm genuinely trying to figure that out. But it seems like what Andrew is saying is these 157,000 followers that Tilly Norwood has on Instagram, you think that's just like the studios?
Those are bots.
Well, I think a lot of them could definitely be, could definitely be bots.
Okay.
And you know what? Look, I could be wrong. I'm not speaking from a place of any kind of authority.
Oh, no, I'm interested in your theory.
No,
because
it's
I
just...
look at the situation and I just go, I just don't understand. I'm with Wheels. I just don't understand the appeal of becoming invested in a person that's not a real person.
And I could be wrong, but my theory is just that there isn't a demand. My theory is that they are doing this.
They're just
because
pushing it on us.
They're pushing it. Yeah, they're pushing it out, not because anybody asked for it, but because they decided they wanted to. Idea being that what they want is a future where there are no more actors because those cost money. There are no more sets because sets cost money. There are no more production crews because those cost money. Instead, you can make a movie that makes a bunch of money by just typing Tilly Norwood goes to Washington into a computer and waiting 20 minutes until it gives you a movie called Tilly Norwood Goes to Washington. And then if that movie makes $1 million in the theaters, then you pocket 100% of that profit.
This stupid bot has 154,000 followers on Instagram.
Because she's pretty.
But she's fake. She's nothing. She's nothing. She's a bunch of zeros and ones.
Oh, I just
lots of people. I think lots of people are actually fake, Kevin.
Well, yeah, they
makes you think.
Fake.
Makes you think, though.
Makes you think.
So funnily enough,
good,
I just asked Google, who has AI mode. I said, "Who likes Tilly Norwood?" Google says Tilly Norwood is a AI generated actress. Blah blah blah. It doesn't answer my question. So I said, "Are real people fans of her?" No, Tilly Norwood does not have a traditional organic fan base of real people who love her for her art. Her public reception is overwhelmingly negative, and her fandom is mostly a mix of professional curiosity and morbid fascination. Interesting.
Yeah.
So I think Andrew is 100% right. It's a psyop.
It wouldn't be very difficult for big tech companies to generate bots to make their tech things seem popular.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, it'd be the easy. I mean, honestly,
like literally the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yeah, honestly, like we can do that. There are websites you can go to, and you can pay. Hey, I want 248 viewers on my live stream, or hypothetically.
Yeah, you can definitely pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I know there are people that got caught doing that, right? Like famous people that got caught boosting their numbers with fake bots. And they actually lost sponsors because of it, because those people were giving them money based on the idea that real people were following them.
Ah, man, you got to love 2026. Every day it's something
Every
new
day
we got to be worried about.
Dumber and dumber.
Tell you guys about Michael's Flooring Outlet. Couldn't be simpler. If you or someone in your circle of friends, your crew, needs new flooring, we have everything that everyone else does, except maybe a couple places like in Clayton and Ladue that are going to have super, super, super crazy expensive stuff. Now, if you want to go there and shop and take a picture of the SKU and bring it in, we can get that stuff in a couple of weeks and save you a lot of money. But you go to Lowe's or Home Depot or Lumber Liquidators or any of those competitions, they're going to have Mohawk, Shaw, Coronet. So do we. Same guy drops it off. We pay the same price. They mark it up. We mark it up. We just mark it up less, and we're a little smaller. So it's not like walking across Six Flags trying to find, Berber carpeting or something. When you need it installed, we're going to do it. We're going to do a great job. It just really is that simple. 3 locations, michaelsflooringoutlet.com.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Lockridge, and I'm the host of a new podcast from Odyssey called Family Lore. In this podcast, I'm going to have people on to tell unusual and sometimes far-fetched stories about their families.
I've heard my whole life that she invented the margarita.
And then we're going to investigate those stories and find out how much of it is true.
He gets a patent 1 month before the Wright brothers. Oh my God.
Please follow and listen to Family Lore, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run, because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Well, Lorenzo, the pitch looked good.
Yeah, so green.
USA keeper was decent enough.
Didn't have much to do.
99 minutes.
Not a single goal. Well, Bet365 sure came through, though. I bet $10 and got $150 in bonus bets, just for signing up.
At least someone scored.
Bet365.
Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Celebrate the month of July with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. Get your air ducts cleaned for $599 per unit. Book online at ZeroResSTL.com and take advantage of the savings. That's ZeroResSTL.com.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
I guess we could just continue with happy hour here on DGS. Take it up to the bottom of the hour. Dave Murray is going to join us after 3:30. We get the latest on how this week's going to look. And of course, we have our Sweet 16 in the 4 o'clock hour. So lots going on tonight here on DGS. And of course, after DGS, we have the Redbird Rush Hour and then Cardinals baseball as they open a 5-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers tonight, 6:45 for the first pitch. So I saw this story yesterday, you guys, and I'm curious if this has hit you guys the way that it's hitting other people, but I'm not sure I fully get it because I don't feel like I've had this experience. But Netflix appears to be dramatically losing audience when they go from season 1 to season 2 of any of their shows. So a show will come out, season 1 is wildly popular, people love it, and then when they launch season 2, it just nobody's there. Like they're losing numbers, and I'm just curious if you guys have any thoughts on why that might be.
Because
they stink.
No, that's the question is, does the show get worse? But nobody knows that going in. You would at least have to watch it to know that it stinks. And if that many people are just bailing on it from the first episode, there's got to be a reason outside of that, right?
I also think, I don't know why it's something I feel like I should know, but I don't know why it is that you used to be able to make a 24-episode season of television in 1 year. And now you make an 8-episode series of television in like 5 years. I don't know why that is, but I think that that's part of it. I think when a show comes out and you go, yeah, that's pretty good, and then it takes 4 years for the next season to come out, you're like, oh yeah, I don't care. I don't remember. Like I talked to my father, right? My dad, who's just like a normal guy in his 60s. And he doesn't think about like TV all day. He's got a well-rounded life. He's not in fandom. He doesn't obsess over shows or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I don't really even remember what happened. I liked that show, but I don't even remember what happened in the last season because it was 4 years ago. That's why he stopped watching like Stranger Things. He just kind of stopped caring because it's like, look, it's been 4 years. I have moved on. I have not given that a single thought.
Yeah, see, that seems to be the most common response that I've seen. Is that it's the time between seasons where you're just basically losing people, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that makes sense because you're right, Andrew. I mean, like you think of all of the TV shows that you watch, Law and Order. How many episodes do they put out every year? And they've been doing that for 35 years. And obviously, the streaming shows seem more often than not are done bigger.
Yeah,
bigger stars, bigger production cost compared to like your traditional sitcoms or even like Law and Order, which is pretty much, you're in an office, you're in a courtroom, you're in an office, you're in a courtroom. It's not like big on scene, or on location shoots. Sitcoms certainly are all on a soundstage versus, any of these shows. And some of them are really good. Like there's one that was pointed out in one article that was, I don't know if you guys have seen The Night Agent. It's really, really cool spy show. Right, it's an undercover guy that works for MI6. It's what's his name? It's Tom Hiddleston's the star. So big star, really good other people in the show. And from season 1 to season 2, it dropped 50% of the audience. And I thought season 2 was every bit as good as season 1. It wasn't a quality change. And it was the same main actor. It was the same everything. But it was also like 3 years between seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch the final season of Stranger Things. And
Because it was just too long?
They just waited too long to put it out. It was like 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. I mean, I've just kind of lost interest in the kids from Hawkins at this point. I hope everything turns out okay for you guys, but like you should have maybe gotten on that a little bit quicker.
And another thing I think is that there are, especially when you're talking about a Netflix show, right? You are so spoiled for options on Netflix. You have an infinite number of TV shows and movies that if you watch it and it's not the best thing you've ever seen, you're like, well, I'm not going to, invest in it. I have other options. I have so many other options.
The other thing to keep in mind is since it's Netflix, you're typically binging the whole first season at your own pace in a couple of days. Maybe it's a couple days,
Usually
maybe it's a couple
weekend,
weeks.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it's very condensed. When you talk about those 24 hours of television, or 24 episodes of television they used to put out, that was spread over half a year.
Yeah. Right.
And then, you had summer break and you came back and it was on again, but it was a relatively short period of time.
I think what the problem is they're making movies and cutting them into 8 episodes instead of just making a TV show that runs 20 series, where you can keep people longer and keep them engaged.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings. It really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
You feel it every time you check out. Prices up, paychecks stretched, families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's fighting to get government off your back and out of your way. Wagner passed the largest tax cut in American history, expanded child tax credits, ended taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And Wagner is working to lower costs so families keep more of their hard-earned money. But Ann Wagner knows delivering for Missouri means more than just protecting their wallets. It means protecting our streets as well. That's why Wagner fought to secure our border, deport dangerous illegal aliens, partner with law enforcement, and put predators behind bars and off our streets so our neighborhoods and communities stay safe. Because real effective leadership protects what matters most: your money, your family, your safety. Ann Wagner for Congress.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
For decades, Morgan & Morgan has represented hundreds of thousands of people at their hour of need. Injuries on the job, car crashes, medical malpractice, and nursing home abuse, Social Security claims, dangerous drugs, and dangerous products. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason, and no firm is even close. Then we got to thinking, what if we could prevent these terrible events before they occurred? So we built the AI-powered People Protector. Simply visit peopleprotector.com and type in the product you have questions about before you buy it. Children's toys and accessories, cars, drugs, products, you name it, we got it. With our success, we decided to pay it forward for all of America. Our way of saying thank you for your trust all these years. Morgan & Morgan, protecting America. And if you've already been injured, just visit us at forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, the highways don't look bad this afternoon. This morning was pretty light. Monday on a day after a holiday weekend, it would tend to be a little bit lighter than normal, and it certainly was. And it is that way this afternoon as well. Westbound Highway 64, you've got some heavy traffic from the Science Center out to by Clayton Skinker, and then it's backed up west of Lake St. Louis Boulevard to 70. 70 is just kind of slow past 61 briefly. Eastbound 64, Mason at 270, a little heavy. An incident at the 270 ramp there. Southbound 55, that looks great. Barely a slowdown at Highway Z. Illinois traffic traffic's the busiest this afternoon. You have a road work back up eastbound 64, east of 111, most of the way to 157. Eastbound 70, of course, past the Musial Veterans through Packers Avenue's heavy, and westbound 5570 is jammed 255 most of the way into 111. Also seeing a little bit of a delay on 255 between Humbert and Seminary Roads. I'm Roger Brand in the Michaels Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
Are moles tearing up your yard? Don't let these lawn invaders turn your beautiful property into a mess. Rottler Pest Solutions offers professional mole control services to protect your lawn from damage. Visit Rottler.com today to schedule your free inspection.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Taking care of yourself should fit into your life, not complicate it. Neovitin Original Formula is a complete daily multivitamin designed to support your everyday wellness routine with essential vitamins, minerals, and a natural ingredient blend, all in just 2 daily tablets. Subscribe online at neovitin.com for monthly delivery or shop Neovitin at your local Schnucks and Dearborn. Neovitin Original Formula is physician formulated to fit easily into your everyday routine. All of our vitamins are manufactured in a certified GMP facility in the USA. Neovitin, make nutrition easy.
It's 3:33. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
If your retirement plan is mostly what if and a little fingers crossed, you deserve better answers than that. Check out Wealth and Wisdom Saturdays at 7 a.m. here on KMOX. I'm Gary Goldberg. Call 800-966-1690.
Today, the Cards, the Brewers.
Hamlin Total Access 550. First pitch 645.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Financial and Tax Strategies.
All right, Monday on DGS. Dave Glover is off today. Just extending the holiday weekend. We're all off tomorrow, and then back to normal on Wednesday. Tomorrow is the Cardinals doubleheader, which is why we're all off tomorrow. And Dave Murray is here today. You'll be off tomorrow as well because of that doubleheader.
I did not realize that. Put a smile on my face.
Yeah, we have this is so the first game tomorrow is a makeup game from earlier. So it's a 1:15 and then a 6:45 with a little space in between, but not enough space for a full show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So
good.
That's that. How's
I've
everything
got that
going?
solved.
How was
Everything's
the 4th?
good. 4th was nice. Grandson is here. They leave tomorrow.
Nice.
Tomorrow afternoon. So but we had a good time. Good fireworks.
I say, did you guys go find a show, or can you see them from your house?
Actually, you can see them from the deck upstairs.
Oh yeah.
You can see the fireworks from Laguna Beach. You can see the fireworks at area called Emerald Bay. They do their own fireworks. Sometimes you can see Dana Point, depending on the cloud cover. But we went up to Newport to see them.
Cool. I totally know where all those places are.
There you go.
But it is, I got to tell you, I don't know if like in my neighborhood, you can definitely see most of one of the local municipality shows from our street. That's the best way to experience fireworks of any kind. I don't love traffic. Yeah, I don't want to go park and walk and deal with getting out of there after that. I don't want to do any of those things. It's the worst thing ever.
Actually, traffic in Laguna usually is a nightmare.
Really?
And but it was excellent because what happened on, not that it's good, but when was it? Friday? Yeah, Friday morning. There was a sewer line break at a construction site, and it dumped into part of the ocean.
Oh.
And they closed there's about 7 miles of beaches in Laguna. They closed about a mile of it. the main beach was open, but the word got out through social media that every beach was closed, so nobody came.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
It's not a good thing to happen, but
no,
it's a good thing to happen.
It benefited you.
That's right. All the locals were happy about it.
So we got a little break this weekend with the weather once the storms came through.
Yep, the storms. The worst was Saturday.
Yeah,
out of the group. But and if you got caught under those things, it was amazing rain, thunder, lightning, wind, the whole thing. That's stuff we talked about last week.
Yep.
And then they would kind of move on. That front came through yesterday. It's now settled to the south. There's still some thunderstorms flying from about Springfield, Missouri, over to Carbondale, way to our south, and they're not bubbling up into the St. Louis area. Our humidity's come down. Temperatures are delightful for this time of year. We're talking 87 tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny skies. Great day for the doubleheader.
Wow.
And it's still comfortable humidity. I mean, it's easy to take, especially after last week. 69 Tuesday night, Wednesday sunny 88, Thursday partly sunny 93. Thursday will probably be the hottest of the week, but 93 and okay humidity will be okay to take. And then we start to see an increase in shower and thunderstorm activity late Thursday night, during the day Friday, and Friday night. No all-day rains, but thunderstorms will be around. It does not look like a severe weather situation.
Okay. So not a bad week.
Not a bad week, especially when you compared the stuff of last week. No records last week, but it was very humid.
I'm guessing later this month we're probably going to get punched in the face because it's July.
I still think that this particular summer is going to be relatively easy to take.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to have hot weather. We're going to have more stuff like we had last week, but it's not going to be consistent. It's not going to lock in for like 4 weeks.
Okay, right. Yeah, because I know that can change, right? So it really hasn't changed since your summer forecast.
No, and I'm really, really stubborn to change anything from that thing.
Well, you put in a lot of work on it, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna say it, chances are I believe in what I'm saying.
Well, and again, so far it's held true. So
yeah, it really has been great.
Yeah.
I know some people say, "Oh, that 1 week," and the last week, "Oh, it was horrible. It was a horrible summer." But you can't look at it that way.
Yeah, well, it was, but I mean, you're right. There have been summers where that is the way it is for a month straight.
Oh man, yeah. At least, sometimes I've seen it. End of June, all of July, all of August.
I mean, I spend every weekend outside all day this time of year. Coaching baseball, and this has been one of the easiest to manage summers when it comes to heat. But it's not even been close.
Outdoor camps, great. And hopefully this will continue into August. And when 2-a-days start, they still do 2-a-days, don't they? I think so.
Probably not as much. Yeah, there's some limitations on those now. Yeah. Yeah. At least now they let people drink water, though. Back in the day, it was like, no water for you.
No water. Here's a bunch of salt.
Yeah. Totally stupid, but we've advanced, thankfully, at least a little bit in some ways. But some people had to be forced to be advanced. But finally, we've actually learned a little bit. All right, Rach, want to do some headlines?
Yes.
Yes.
Did we do the full forecast?
I don't know. I thought we did. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, Mo, if I missed
thanks
that.
for listening.
Well, it was brought to you
Rach is off already.
from the Saliga Weather Desk.
Heating and cooling weather desk.
Yes. I don't have the copy in front of me. Dave Glover usually says it. Okay, we talked about this last week with Dave Glover. According to a new poll, nearly half of Americans didn't know what America 250 was celebrating, which is, of course,
half.
Because they don't know that July 4th is a celebration of the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. They don't know why we celebrate the 4th of July. Additionally, 58% of those surveyed did not know the main purpose of the U.S. Constitution, and 57% could not explain why the U.S. declared independence from Great Britain.
Wow. That's just wow. Wow.
How?
I guess they just didn't pay it. Maybe they didn't have to take a government class. I don't know. Maybe they forgot.
It's kind of like, I don't know, like mainstream conversation. You almost have to go out of your way to ignore stuff to miss the basics.
Yeah, but that would be like ignoring school when you were in school.
Right.
Absolutely not paying any attention at all.
And then how did you get out of school if you weren't paying attention and didn't know these things?
Kids out there, Google it.
So Virginia has become the first state to launch a statewide court-ordered speed limiting technology for dangerous drivers. This was authorized under a law that was passed in 2025, and it just went into effect on the 1st of July. So it integrates active speed limiting technology into the judicial system to target chronic and extreme speeding offenders. So if you're speeding all the time, they can control your car. It can use advanced real-time GPS data to instantly calculate your vehicle's exact position on the road and compare it with local speed limits. When the driver reaches the threshold, the system caps acceleration, preventing the driver from breaking the law. I mean, if you're such a bad speeder that they have to do this, why don't they just take your license away after a certain point? Like, this kind of seems like it's a waste of everybody's time, right? Or am I being too harsh?
I don't know, man. I mean, I understand it, but that's kind of the point, right? If you're so dangerous
why
to
are
other
you still
people, then
allowed
why
to
are you
drive?
driving? Yeah. I understand. I understand. That's a valid question. I'm sure there's a good answer. There probably are some legal answers or legal ramifications for deciding not to allow someone to have their license. Because, again, speeding is not the same as, for example, the DUI. Like, people get lots of speeding tickets, and you get to keep driving. You have to be extreme, like this, in the number that you get in a short amount of time to have your license suspended.
Microsoft cut 4.8 thousand jobs and hit their Xbox division. This is according to an internal memo. The cut stems from shifts in the tech sector and the need to realign operations amid the rise of AI. It's interesting to see how AI is going to affect the gaming industry.
Yeah, Xbox might not be around much longer.
Yeah,
Not
they
looking
haven't
great.
had like a new system in a long time, have they?
None of them have.
None of them have. Well, it's
PS5,
which is normal. So PS5
Well, that was around the same time as the Xbox Series X.
and the Xbox Series
Okay.
X did come out at around the same
I didn't
time.
even hear about that one.
They're counted in the same console generation.
Right.
It's not weird that they haven't come out with anything new yet. What is weird is that they can't seem to get a handle on making the games. That's been their big giant problem. You know, part of it is that they have a really convenient subscription service called Game Pass, where you can sign up and get a lot of games. You can stream them and download them for free. You know, with the price of the subscription. But that ended up making them a lot less money than just selling the games outright.
Mm-hmm.
And they also only got about half as many people onto that as they wanted to be on it.
Right.
So they have lost quite a bit of money on that. And then there's also reports of like a lot of game studios that Xbox really aggressively acquired who then like never really made any games or anything like that. And so kind of just mismanagement of the purchasing of studios, mismanagement of those studios. What?
I'm not rolling my eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely
You
have been.
haven't done anything wrong.
Think of it this way: they've been trying to. It seems to me, anyway, that the gaming companies have been trying to go the way of like streaming services of Netflix, so that you just stream everything through them instead of buying hard copies, right? So people don't buy hard copy movies as often as they used to. You just stream them because they move around. They might not always be on Prime or always be on Netflix, but they kind of bump around. And they think they want to do that with the gaming, but as Andrew pointed out, it's not really gone as planned.
Yeah, it's just and it's unfortunate. You know, I hate to see that happen. I hate to see, you know, I think the gaming industry is in kind of a weird state in general right now. And I hope that one of the big ones can pull it back, because if something really bad happens to them, that's going to negatively affect all of them. And it's really going to negatively affect us, the consumer, you know.
One more story for you guys. Joey Chestnut won his 18th Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest this 4th of July weekend. He ate 66 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. And he said, I've got so much room left.
Just think that's the dumbest thing ever.
It doesn't sound tasty, does
No,
it?
I've never understood how this became a thing. I've never understood, like, why would
Well,
you...
it's sponsored by Nathan's Hot Dogs.
Right, I'm saying, but why would anyone watch? What's the entertainment in watching someone stuff hot dogs in their face?
I think it's a
You
freak
just answered your own question.
Freak show. It's a freak show.
Yeah.
I like watching people eat and drink things. I don't necessarily like the the hot dog eating contest because I'm not going like, ooh, yum, when they put the bun in the water and it's all soggy and disgusting. But sometimes when people are just eating, it's like, ooh, that seems fun.
But Dave Murray is essentially right, I think, that is the reason that we're watching it is to go like, whoa, hot dogs. Yeah, hot dog bros, eat them all. Like, that's why we're watching.
Yeah, it's no, some of us aren't watching, and
I'm watching.
We don't get it.
I am seated.
Dave, have a good one. Thanks.
You too. Bye-bye.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, Steve Butts and the entire Crawford Butts family wish America a very happy 250th. The highways are not bad this afternoon, folks. Westbound 64 is kind of slow, Hampton out to Clayton Skinker. There's still some slow traffic eastbound from Mason up toward 270, but not as bad as it was. Westbound Highway 64 backs up Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to Highway 70. It's jammed, and 70's backed up most of the way between A and Z. But again, it's not all that bad compared to most days. South 55 is a great run all the way down to Festus. On the Illinois side, eastbound 64 is a little slow at 70. Eastbound 64 backed up 111 to 157. Eastbound 70 east of the Mutual Veterans into 64s on the brakes, and westbound 5570 you've got a jam from 255 most of the way to 111. As America celebrates its 250th anniversary, Steve Butts and everyone at Crawford Butts Insurance extend their heartfelt wishes for a safe and joyous 4th of July celebration. For generations, Crawford Butts has been proud to serve the community. Steve Butts and the entire Crawford Butts family wish America a very happy 250th. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Hi, I'm Michelle from Bethesda. You've heard me talk with Dave on the air about how tough the aging journey can be. It can be especially hard to know where to start. That's why Bethesda offers Care Navigation, designed to help you truly understand your options for senior care and services. Our award-winning services can be provided in a variety of settings, including the privacy of wherever a senior calls home. To learn more, go to BethesdaHealth.org and click Where Do I Start?
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath. It's all about time.
Save time and money.
Do it now, don't wait till later. Call the top-notch renovator. It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-day kitchen and bath.
All right, guys, we are now, as a nation, on the biggest stage in the world of soccer. And, of course, big match tonight. And FanDuel Sportsbook is making it fun. In fact, they're changing the game, at least the way that we play it, via the FanDuel Sportsbook. And, of course, the FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of KMOX. And, look, with these soccer matches, things can change, right? You get in, you're having a little fun. Maybe some of your action is on an individual player, for example, and then that player gets subbed off, and your bet basically gets subbed off with them. But not with FanDuel's Super Sub. So if your player subbed out, the bet stays in, because if your player leaves the match for any reason, strategy, injury, whatever, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you are still in it till the final whistle, all the way to the very end. You don't have to worry about that bad luck of someone coming out of the match. You still got your shot to pick up the W. So go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started, and then let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Always remember, you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri to play, and if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready for a night back with legendary hits and non-stop energy. Brian Adams is bringing the Roll with a Punches tour to Enterprise Center Friday, July 24th.
Hello, this is Brian Adams.
Sing along to the classics as Brian Adams delivers an unforgettable night of rock anthems. Plus, special guests Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. Brian Adams, July 24th. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Is your financial advisor working more for your retirement or for his? Find out the real story behind the financial industry with Greg Ayler, Saturdays at 1 on Fire Your Financial Advisor.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The
right patio sets the scene. The right grill steals the show. For a limited time during July 4th, extra big deals at Lowe's. Get two 12 by 12-inch square patio stones for only $3. Plus, save $100 on the select Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $179. All you need now is good company. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/6. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Well, since we were talking about streaming stuff and the Netflix shows losing popularity and then the video games in the last segment, I think a story on theme with that, man, did Major League Baseball piss me off yesterday.
What happened?
So on 4th of July weekend, every single baseball game, but I think 2 were blacked out on the MLB app, and all of them were on Peacock. So it's like all of these sports leagues have been doing this, right? Where you have an exclusive to Prime and an exclusive to Netflix on a given day, right? Or maybe it's like a Netflix has 3 football games on Christmas Day or something like that. Or it's Thursday night football is on Prime. Whatever it happens to be. I can't remember a time where an entire calendar of games on a given day was just blacked out to push you to an app. That's insane.
That's messed up.
I mean, to me, the analogy I used on Twitter was this is the same thing as telling a season ticket holder that they have to give up their ticket for a game and they don't get a refund for it. Like, we are paying to have access to the entire schedule with certain like local market blackout restrictions that we know about, and they're trying to get rid of those. Good for them. But we know those things. But if I'm paying Cardinals TV, for example, or any other, like all of these teams have a service where you can pay just to get all of that team's games. So if it's Cardinals TV, Cubs TV, doesn't matter to me. Why am I paying Major League Baseball money to get all of the games and then not get all of the games?
You know what it makes me think, Wheels? Thank God for KMOX.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Beauty of it was I just pull it up on my phone. I get to listen to John and Rick. And
for free.
For no cost at all. But like, what are we doing? What do you think you think you're growing your business by doing that? I mean,
I don't think. I think they just care about making a quick buck. Because
what the companies are doing, what Peacock wants to do is drive their subscriptions by getting this content, and they pay for it. That's fine. But if I'm paying for the MLB app or Cardinals TV, I should not have any game off limits to me. Why am I paying you a monthly fee to get all the games when you're taking games away from me and not giving me a discount because I'm losing them?
So we just went through one of the hottest weeks I can remember. And I'm sure our